thing, you just listed them that you kind of gather, and we did the Exeter Milligan Friend together, the game. Sandy Creek doesn't get rattled. They are, I don't consider a real team. They graduated a lot of seniors last year and wasn't sure what they were going to have this year, and Cam Seeley comes in as a sophomore, really takes the range from Ethan Shaw. Whatever Ethan Shaw told him or give him in notes and books, because he's done a great job. Very poised, very, very comfortable, very. They just don't get worked up, and in the broadcast listening to them, you just made it sound that way on the radio, that when they wouldn't make things happen, they just kept putting the pressure on, and sooner or later something's going to break, and when it breaks, the floodgates, man, they can put some points on the board and in a hurry. So you have a hard time going against Sandy Creek here tonight. They are just poised, and I think they're ready for another shot at the title.
All right, sneaking up on the kickoff of the ball game, Marcus Metcalf is down on the Sandy Creek sidelines here. Marcus worked the game with us last week. He's seen the Cougars throughout the state tournament run so far. Marcus, your viewpoint of this maybe.
Great here tonight, guys, and beautiful weather. Mike, it's mid-November weather, 60 degrees to kick off. He is ready to go. The sideline was juiced up in the pregame warm-up, so this Sandy Creek team is ready to go back to Lincoln here in about 10 days.
All right, again, the winner plays a week from Monday in the state championship ball game down in Lincoln. We'll come back and check the starting lineups. You're listening to the state championship game on Extreme Sports.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The number one seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar Athletics.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
There's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it, the foul. The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Mike Will, Jimmy Purcell, Gene Shaw, Marcus Metcalf, all to Class D1 state semifinals here tonight. Winner of this ball game plays for the state championship against the game going on tonight between Shelby Rising City and Crofton. We'll get you the starting lineups for Sandy Creek on offense tonight. Cam Seeley, the quarterback. Seeley, 6'1", 180-pound sophomore. All Seeley has done this year is account for 3,300 yards of total offense and 58 touchdowns. The net, he hasn't done too much. 1,939 yards passing with 30 touchdowns. He's rushed for 1,361 yards and 28 touchdowns. Cam Seeley is starting quarterback here for Sandy Creek. Logan Tomke will be your tight end, 6'3", 185-pound junior. Wes Biltoff will be the other tight end, 6'6", 210 pounds and a junior. Caden Schmidt will be the running back, 5'11", 170-pound senior. Up front for Sandy Creek, it'll be Christian Shaw at center, 6'1", 240-pound junior. Then your two guards will be Josh Spray, 5'11", 215 and a junior. Sam Watts, 6', 220 pounds, and he's sophomore. For Plainview, their starting quarterback is going to be Kobe Martins. Martins just a freshman, 6'4", 180 pounds. He's thrown for 1,291 yards, 15 touchdowns. He's rushed for 345 yards and 3 scores. So it'll be Martins, your quarterback here for Plainview. Running back will be Gage Walton. He's a good one. Walton, 6 foot, 175 pounds, and a senior. He's also done some quarterbacking duties this year, but he'll be primarily used as a running back tonight. 1,225 yards, 29 touchdowns. Wide receiver will be Cohen Lingenfelder, 6 foot, 165 pound junior. Wyatt Schroth is going to be a 6 foot, 180 pound junior on the other side. Haven Stewart up front, 5'11", 260 pounds, and a senior. The guard's going to be Aiden Hamilton, 6 foot, 210 pound junior. And Jaeger Fromm is a 5'11", 190 pound junior. Sandy Creek won the toss tonight. They deferred to the second half, so it'll be Plainview getting the ball first to begin the ball game as they run the hype video up again on their big board across the way here on the hill in Sandy Creek. Pirates, a team that is averaging 163 yards per ball game passing, 232 yards per game rushing. Sandy Creek, 178 yards per game passing. They're averaging 202 yards per ball game rushing. Sandy Creek going to be in their black jerseys here tonight. That means their black tops, their black bottoms, their white football helmets, the red numerals here tonight. Meanwhile, the Pirates going to be in their black pants, their white tops, and their red lettering here tonight. Blackout night tonight here on the hill, Jimmy. So the Cougars come out with their black uniforms to help things out as the starting lineups are being introduced in front of a jammed house, as you might expect here. You can't expect anything better than this. We're sitting at 60 degrees plus here in the middle of November. These times of the year, you always think about dressing up in your winter attire, getting out your snowmobile suits and things like that. No need at them here this year. We've had great weather for the state playoffs.
We were, was that last year we were down here for the semifinal game, and it was very, very cold, very windy, and when the wind blows on the hill, it's not very pleasant. It was very miserable, but yeah, I pulled into the parking lot, and I tell you what, there's a lot of people that come down with 40 county plates on motorhomes and whatnot. They were out there tailgating, so they've got a good contingency that's traveled quite a distance down here. I believe Plainview up to the northeast of Norfolk, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know what more you can have. A couple of 10-1 football teams, a couple of teams averaging over 50 points a game. Talent on both sides of the field, offense and defense. It's going to be a whale of a ball game here. With great weather. Really looking forward to this matchup here tonight as we get closer to kickoff.
Yeah, the winner again will play for the state championship a week from Monday down in Lincoln. Right now, the playing of the national anthem as we get set for football tonight on Extreme Sports.
This sound is processed by StereoTool. Go to stereotool.com.
All right, the singing of the national anthem as we get set to go here tonight. Sandy Creek and the Pirates of Plainview. And again, Sandy Creek will kick off. Marcus Metcalf is right down there on the Sandy Creek sidelines. Marcus, the guys fired up with this one?
Oh, yes, they are. As soon as that anthem, we're after, these guys are ready to go, guys. This team is ready to get back to Lincoln for a second consecutive year, and I can't believe these guys are so pumped up. They don't know what to do with themselves.
All right, hopefully we keep focused.
Well, yeah, you can get too juiced up, but that won't take long. You get out on the field and start making some contact the first couple of series, and that'll take all that hype out of it, definitely.
if you fall behind, this is going to be a game where it's going to take more than 1 or 2 touchdowns to win this, baby. Just to hang in there for the duration of the ball game. It's going to take more than just 1 or 2 plays to win this thing.
Exactly. You're going to have to stay into it for the whole game. I don't anticipate much of a blowout here, as Sandy Creek has really taken care of their opponents leading up to this game. So it'll be interesting to see what Plainview, again, the number 7 seed, but again, they've got all the credentials and whatnot. They fit the part. They're here. They're in the semifinals, and they've got just as much reason to be here as Sandy Creek. Ought to be a whale of a ball game. We talked about the crowd. When you get communities like this, you get a lot of curiosity from people that are next to, the Shickley area stuff. I mean, there are people here from literally Hastings, Shickley, Superior area. It is going to be a tremendous show here. A big, big crowd as the kickoff goes into the end zone. Going to be a touchback. Plainview will take over again. We got to be you're almost a veteran now with the 8-man football. No 50. We got 40. No 50-yard line of 40.
Yeah, and touchback, what do? They bring the ball out to the 15-yard
line. That's right. So we're ready for football here on the hill. I've got a hill hanky. Is that what that is? I was presented.
They handed out to hankies. Here's a pass. Walton grabs the ball at the 20-yard line. He brings it across the 23, 24, 25-yard line before he's brought down as he stumbles forward to about the 26. That's going to be enough for a first down. Wes Biltoff. And the stop there for Sandy Creek, so a quick pickup there of about 12 yards as they bring the ball all the way up here to the 30, actually the 27-yard line. Inside handoff there. That's going to go to Walton. Walton brings the ball to about the 30, so a pickup of 3 yards in the play. They're going with this fast-paced offense. This is what they like to do here. Sam Watson in the last stop there for Sandy Creek. Second down and 6 yards to go here for Plainview. They're running the football right to left here in the first quarter. There's a ball. It's going to be inside handoff there. Walton takes it for a yard, and he's smacked down here by the Cougars. They give him forward progress up here to about the 34. Third down and about 3 yards to go.
Walton, he's a good product out there. He'll catch the ball on the wheel routes out of the backfield. However they can get the ball in his hands is what they like to do. What has really been surprising is the freshman quarterback. You don't see much rattle out of him. He's a big, big frame guy in there, 6'4" and about 180 pounds. He's a solid individual.
Martin's with an empty backfield now. He stands in the pocket. Now he's going to run it. He brings it across the 35, dives forward to the 38-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. So Kobe Martin's wanted to throw the football, pulls her down, picks up the first down. It was a third and short, but he picks up the first down as he brings the ball to the 38. First down and 10 yards to go here for the Pirates from their own 38-yard line. They fake the ball. Martins runs it across the 40, spins away, takes it down to the Sandy Creek 37-yard line. Tackle is made in there by Alston Clark for Sandy Creek, the 6'1", 185-pound senior linebacker. But I'll tell you what, the Pirates are just lining up, going right at the Sandy Creek defense here in this opening series.
They are, and they like the right side of that offensive front. That's where they've taken every carry right off. There's another one that shaves off the right side of the center, picks up a couple of yards. But they like what they're seeing there in that left side of that defensive front of Sandy Creek.
Pickup of a couple of yards in the last play, so it's going to bring up a third down again. Third down and about 2 yards to go. Ball is sitting down here at the Sandy Creek 35-yard line. This is going to be a pistol set here. As Martins is going to hand the ball away, inside handoff, a first down and more as he brings it across the 30 down to the Sandy Creek 29-yard line. That's Gage Walton carrying the ball again. He's been the workhorse so far on this opening drive here for the Plainview Pirates. They move the ball down to the Sandy Creek 29.
Very impressive right now. Everything pretty much on the ground. 6 carries, 23 yards unofficially, and 3 first downs for Plainview as they've got it into Cougar territory.
They're going to give the ball off inside now. That's going to be another new man in there. It's going to be Colt Kamarick carrying the ball there. We're going to see probably 5, maybe 6 different running backs in there for Plainview tonight. Kamarick gets that last call. Josh Spray in on the tackle here for Sandy Creek. Second down, 7 yards to go. Plainview has got the ball down here at the Sandy Creek 26-yard line. Wide receivers left and right. Martins has got the ball, hands it away again to Kamarick. He takes it off on the right side. This time he's going to be stacked up down there at the 25-yard line And now the Cougars have got Plainview right where they want them here on 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Josh Spray again at the stop there for Sandy Creek.
Yeah, going to be 3rd down and long and about 6 yards to go for Plainview. Yeah, 3rd down and 6. Ball sitting at the 25-yard line.
Martins was an empty backfield. 2 wide receivers to the left. Martins looks that way. Being flushed out of the pocket, takes it to the far sideline, throws it back across the field. He is decked on the play. The pass is incomplete. So now, after that nice drive that takes the ball all the way down to the Sandy Creek 26, Plainview looking at a 4th down here. 4th down and 6 yards to go. And we'll see what the Pirates elect to do. They do have a very, very good field goal kicker, but they will pass it up here on the first drive of the ball game.
Yeah, Martins did take a big shot on that far sidelines. He's got trips to this side.
Martins, he backs up, he winds up, he throws the ball in the center of the field. It's going to be incomplete. The receiver fell down. No penalty flags downfield at about the 5-yard line. So Sandy Creek will take over on downs. They got Gage Walton split out right in the middle of the field. He was inside the 5-yard line, fell down, and the ball was over his head. Incomplete pass. No penalty flag, so Sandy Creek has got the ball as they take over on downs at their own 26-yard line.
No, Walton lined up on the far side of the field, just ran down the far side hash and tried to get spun back around with defenders right there with him and just stumbled, fell down right there at the about the goal line. So the Cougars, with their first offensive set here at the 25-yard line.
Cam Seeley, the quarterback here for Sandy Creek, empty backfield. Wide receivers to the right. Seeley fakes. Now he runs the ball across the 25 to about the 28-yard line before he is brought down on the play here. So I'm sure Plainview knows everything they want to know about Cam Seeley. He can throw it. He can run it. And that time he runs the ball for about 4 yards. Wyatt Schroeth is in on the stop there, a linebacker for the Pirates. A pickup of about 3. We'll call it 2nd down, 7 yards to go. They have moved the ball up here to the 29-yard line. That is a Sandy Creek 29. Caden Schmidt in the backfield here for Sandy Creek. Right behind the quarterback in Seeley. Seeley runs the option. He pitches the ball back here, and the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds here as they brought the ball to the near sideline. Schmidt is knocked out of bounds at about the 30. Over there on the tackle there for the Pirates was Colt Kamarick, the linebacker here on this left side. That was a pickup of only about a yard in the play. And now Sandy Creek in their opening possession of the ball game, looking at a 3rd down in their own territory. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. The ball just across the 26-yard line. Same formation. Ball's on the near side hash mark for the Cougars. Seeley with the ball. He's going to run it the other way. Wide side of the field. He gets out there to the 30-yard line, brings it across the 35 to the 36. That's going to be enough for a first down. All Cam Seeley as he brings the ball to the 36. Tackle is made by Yeager Fromm, the defensive lineman there for the Pirates, but that's going to be enough for a first down for the Cougars.
6-yard gain by Seeley. You talked about him being the go-to guy. He is definitely the conductor of this orchestra for Sandy Creek. 176 passing per game, 123 rushing per game. He's all world here, and I told you how he's taken over for Ethan Shaw from a year ago. What a sophomore year he has had.
First down, 10 yards to go here for the Cougars. Seeley sprints out to the right side. He is at the 35-yard line and brought down as he brings the ball to about the 38 or 39. Tackle made in there again by Kamarick, the outside linebacker. 2nd down here for the Cougars. They're inching the ball toward the midfield stripe. Both teams so far electing to keep the ball on the ground. We're already down to 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Each team has had one possession.
Yeah, 21 offensive rushes for both teams and just 3 pass attempts by Plainview. Sandy Creek yet to attempt a pass. We know he's got built off. He's a big, big, tall drink of water and a good target for Seeley out there, but Sandy Creek's kept everything on the ground.
2nd down, 7 yards to go. They fake the ball. Here's Seeley. He wants to throw. Moves to his left. He fires the ball. It's going to be caught down there at the 25-yard line of the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Built off the receiver there. He was wide open, and how he got open in the defensive secondary, I don't know, but Wes Biltoff was wide open as he takes the ball down to the 18-yard line of the Pirates.
Yeah, Biltoff lined up over here on the numbers right down in front of us and just ran down about 15 yards, cut it across the middle of the field. Seeley rolled to the far side, give him a little bit of time to get free from the cut. And it was like the defender didn't go with him when he made the cut because he was all alone between the hash marks. Beautiful throw, 22-yard gain down inside the 20 here for the Cougs.
Spotted at the 18. They fake the ball. Seeley drives it across the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. So a pickup of about 5 yards in the play. Second down and 5. Sandy Creek opening possession of the ball game here offensively, moving left to right here in this first quarter. No score between Plainview and Sandy Creek. The Class D1 state semifinals tonight here on Extreme Sports. That's going to be a tight formation now. Seeley is going to have a running back in the backfield just off of the right hip of the quarterback back there. On second down and 5 yards to go. Seeley waiting for the ball. He hands it away. Schmidt slides through there as he takes the ball down to about the 10-yard line before he is brought down. So now Sandy Creek will be looking at a third down situation. Third down and a couple of yards to go. The nose of the football right at the Pirate 10-yard line.
Yeah, good job there by Schmidt taking it off left side. Just kind of waited for the wingback to come in motion, get across in front of him, and then he picked up one of the linebackers, was able to get him down close to the sticks. Not quite there, going to be about a yard short.
So it's third down here for Sandy Creek. Empty backfield here. Seeley flips the ball back. No, he fakes the ball. Now Seeley around the right end. 10-yard line. 5 is into the end zone. Touchdown. Nice play, something new that we haven't seen here. They fake the pitch, and Seeley takes it around the right end for the touchdown, and the Cougars go out on top by a score of 6-0.
Well, and a good job there by Seeley. He faked the shovel pass going to the opposite side of the field, tucked it on his hip, and then brought it this side. He had a receiver in the end zone, but he was covered up. Very nice choice. Very educated quarterback there, not trying to jam something in and make a mistake, but he seen it was one-on-one, and he beat his defender out there, was able to take it in to the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
So now Sandy Creek will go for the 2-point conversion. Now they flip the ball away to Schmidt. He runs it around the left end, and he takes the ball into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. They have used that play for the 2-point conversion a number of times here in the state playoffs, and that one works to perfection as Schmidt takes the ball into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 3:53 to play here in the first quarter. Sandy Creek with the early lead. Sandy Creek 8. And it's Plainview nothing. You're listening to Sandy Creek football on Extreme Sports.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports activities that enrich the educational experience and promote character formation of all Sandy Creek High School students. Again, good luck to all the Sandy Creek athletes and teams on a great season.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
All right, Mike Will, Jimmy Brazell, Gene Shaw, Marcus Metcalf back here on the hill at Sandy Creek. An 8-play, 53-yard drive for the Cougars. That was a 10-yard touchdown run by Cam Seeley. And it's a 8-0 ball game. Sandy Creek with the early lead here in this one. Kickoff is going to go through the end zone for the touchback. So Plainview will get the ball on their own 15-yard line. They put together a nice drive on their first offensive possession, took the ball into Sandy Creek territory, down to about the 26-yard line or 25-yard line, and they misfired on a fourth down play. That was a ball that was incomplete down around the 5-yard line. So Sandy Creek took over on downs, and the Cougars took the ball right down to the field and got the ball in the end zone. There's an inside handoff there, and that's not going to go too far. Just across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. Schmidt and Biltoff in the stop there for Sandy Creek on defense. A pickup of only 1, second down, 9 yards to go. 3:34 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Plainview on that first drive really hung their hat on the rushing attack, and they like to slice it off the right side of their center. They found success there, but right now Sandy Creek sealed that play up again. They'll try the direct snap off that right side as well.
Yeah, they get the ball out there to Gage Walton. And Walton is going to be stacked up after about a yard gain. So a direct snap to a Walton. We told you that he's got some passing numbers. He's got some rushing numbers. So he can throw it out of that formation if he has to. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Ball is sitting at the 18-yard line of the Plainview Pirates here in the Class D1 State High School semifinals from the Hill at Sandy Creek. The Cougars trying to make it back to the state championship ball game, which will be played a week from Monday down at Memorial Stadium. Martins wants to throw, stands in the pocket. A pass across the middle is delivered high. It's incomplete. Out here at the 30-yard line, Walton was the intended receiver for the Pirates. Back in coverage for the Sandy Creek Cougars was Alex Watts. Pass was delivered high, and now it's 4th down and long. It looks like Plainview will have to punt this football away.
Yeah, tried to get the football downfield, would have been well than enough for a first down. Tried to get the football to Walton and made a great effort, just a little ball thrown a little higher. Now they're going to do a quick kick here. Not very good off the inside of the foot. They'll get a decent roll downfield. It'll be at about the 26-yard line where they'll spot this down here. But tell you what, Sandy Creek figured out the running attack right there, and then they were able to put some pressure in a 3rd and long situation and got some pressure on Martins. That's what Andrew Kuda talked about. They wanted to be able to get after him, put a couple hits on him. They've already hit him on the far side. He took a big shot over there on a 3rd down in the first drive. This one here, Sandy Creek stuffed him pretty good. Now they're going to get the football back. Kind of get that feeling here if Sandy Creek can take this and believe me, listen to the game. Sandy Creek can score at will when they get the opportunity. Don't be surprised they don't try to hit on this and quick.
All right, Seeley with an empty backfield. Wide receiver split out to the right side. Seeley's going to run the ball. He's across the 25, puts his head down and drives the ball out to about the 30-yard line. So pick up a 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6 yards to go. High school football action here tonight on Extreme Sports. Class D1 State High School football semifinals here tonight. Gorgeous night for football, and on Friday couldn't ask for anything better with temps in the 60s here tonight. 8-0 is the score. Sandy Creek with the early lead. 2:22 to play first quarter from the Hill. 3 wide receivers split out to the right side of the formation. Steely waiting for the ball. On 2nd down and long, Seeley backs up, cocks the arm. He has still got it. Seeley dancing with the ball across the 30 to the 35 into the open to the 40. Comes near sideline 35, 30, 25, and he's run out of bounds. Seeley wanting to take the ball downfield there. Found no one open, and boy, that's where he is dangerous, Jimmy. He gets into the secondary, and off he goes. He is finally run out of bounds down here at about the 25-yard line. Now the Cougars on the move again here late in the first quarter.
25 on the scramble and the carry there. He was wanting to go to Biltoff in between the hash marks, and he had a step on his defender. He's a big, lanky target, but there was a lot of pressure. Here's the problem for Plainview. If you're going to put pressure on Cam Seeley, you better have somebody spying on him, because once he gets loose, he shows you what he can do with his feet right there. Very dangerous. Picks up 25 and a first down, and the Cougars with the ball at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Got an empty backfield. Seeley backs up. He wants to throw it again. He throws it in the center of the field. The ball is going to be caught for the touchdown. Caught for the touchdown. Biltoff goes high in the air to grab the ball and falls into the end zone for the touchdown. And it's 14-0, Sandy Creek with a lead.
I talked about wanting to hit it quick. 3 plays. How about that? 3 plays for Sandy Creek. They hit on the 25-yard touchdown pass. Biltoff was lined up in the slot on the right side, just went right downfield, and he's a mismatch with about anybody. He's a big, tall guy, and Seeley put the ball right where only Biltoff could catch it. He goes high up the ladder and brings it down, touchdown. 2-point conversion coming here for the Cougars.
Here's the running play. That's going to be stumped here. Did not get there. We talked about Biltoff going high in the air. He's a tall cat anyway, Jimmy, at 6'6". He elevates, snags the ball, falls into the end zone for a touchdown. 2-point conversion is no good, so that's the way we stand here. The Cougars have scored twice in the first quarter. 1:53 to play, opening period. Sandy Creek 14, View nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
As a family-owned As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, loan subject to approval.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
Three plays, 54 yards. Cougars second touchdown here in the first quarter, 14-0. There's a kickoff. That's going to go in and out of the end zone for a touchback. So for the third time tonight, Plainview will start on their own 15-yard line.
I feel like I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler fan.
Yeah, they handed those out on the way in the door here tonight.
Yeah, the road to Lincoln runs through the hill.
Some white towels.
Yeah, white towels, red lettering, beautiful.
Like the terrible towels
yeah,
for the
like
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, shaking that up here. So we got our own up here. Plainview's third possession. They need to make something happen.
Martins is going to run the option. He'll keep it himself across the 15 out to about the 19-yard line. A pickup of about 4 yards into play. If we do this right, that's a terrible towel there. The white one could replace Grandma's dishcloth that we've been using most of the year for our outside microphone, Jimmy. I think that one could replace Grandma's dishcloth. Grandma will get her dishcloth back.
Hand off to Walton. No, he's going to break free in the secondary.
40, 35, 30 down the sideline, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown. Walton breaks loose and takes to the distance, and bam, just like that, Plainview is on the scoreboard. 40, 50, about a 60-yard run there by Walton as he takes it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, you were talking about Grandma's dishcloth. That would be an emotional loss for you if you had to take Grandma's dishcloth out of the mix for your crowd mic. But boy, while that was going on, that was just a simple handoff to Walton off left side. He broke one tackle at the line of scrimmage, and then he showed a burst of speed. Only one guy could get to him. He dove down at the ankles, not able to pick him up. So a 60-yard touchdown for Plainview, PAT pending here.
So they're going to go with the one-point variety here.
Bad snap.
Lingenfelder has got the ball, the kicker. He throws it back the other way. A guy is wide open in the end zone and is caught for a two-point conversion. That was not designed for a two-point conversion. They were going throws the ball in the corner of the end zone for the two-point conversion. So the two-pointer is good there by Plainview. A 60-yard run by Gage Walton for the Pirates of Plainview. 11 seconds to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a break with a score. Sandy Creek 14, Plainview 8. You're listening to the high school football playoffs on Extreme Sports.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar Athletics.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
I2 plays 65 yards. Is on the scoreboard. Here comes the kickoff return. A nice return there for the Cougars as they bring the ball all the way back out to the 34 or 35-yard line. And that's where Sandy Creek will start here. Late in the first quarter, 14-8 ball game. The Cougars have the lead.
A nice return there brought up on the far side of the field by Wyatt Hemberger for Sandy Creek. Got it out around the 25-yard line and then got hit up around the ankles and stumbled to the ground. A nice return here, but Sandy Creek got their eyes open there. Plainview needed to make something happen there. Sure did with a 60 run. So now they're definitely into the ball game, trailing 14-8 here. Sandy Creek knows they're in a competition here tonight.
1:07 in the first quarter. Here's a Seeley dancing his way to the 36-yard line. So a short pickup there. So a touchdown game with 1:10 remaining in the first quarter. The 60-yard run by Gage Walton. 2-point conversion was good, so it's a 14-8 ball game. Now we are under a minute to play. Under a minute to go, 40 seconds in the first quarter. Sandy Creek with their second offensive possession of the ball game. Looking at 7 down and 7 yards to go. Line of scrimmage is their own 35-yard line. We're going to right here in the opening period. Schmidt in the backfield, right behind the quarterback Cam Seeley. Wide receivers split out wide to the right side. Schmidt gets the call. Angles left side 40. He's at the 36-yard line of Plainview. So, Cade Schmidt picks up the first down to the 36 of Plainview. Tackle was made by Braden Komet, coming up from his defensive secondary position to make the stop. The 5'10", 150-pound junior, making his 54th stop of the 2025 season.
Was there a penalty flag thrown? The podcast over here talking to Andrew Kuda.
Nope, they're going to wind the clock here. We're down to 10 seconds to go. Sandy Creek, I don't think it's going to run another play. They just stand in the huddle here. We're down to 5 seconds to go. Clock ticking down, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Sandy Creek will lead after one quarter. Cougars 14, Pirates 8. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
All right, back on the hill after one quarter, 14-8 is the score. Sandy Creek with a lead over Plainview. Quickly down to the Sandy Creek sidelines with Marcus Metcalf.
Yeah, guys. Coach Kuda was wondering if Shaw can stay in the ballgame because his helmet got ripped off, and he was getting a clarification if he can stay in for the next play. So that was what the discussion was all about.
First and 10. All right, yeah, you don't want your helmet to get ripped off.
I tell you what, it's kind of tough to see Marcus down there. They've got enough fourth and fifth graders down there that mix in with Marcus. You can't tell where he's at. So here comes Sandy Creek now after the end of the quarter, and Seeley going to look to throw deep.
First and 10, he throws the ball deep. That's Watts down, and the ball is going to be deflected away from him at the 5-yard line. It falls down the turf. Incomplete pass, second and 10 from the 36 of Plainview.
Seeley underthrows Watts there. He had to come back. He had a step on his defender. If he'd have had that the lead out there a little bit more, maybe would have made the catch there in the end zone. For Plainview in the first quarter, 15 through the air, 93 on the ground, 108 total, 17 offensive plays. And you look at Sandy Creek, 47 through the air, 79 on the ground, 126, 15 offensive plays. They've had a touchdown on the ground and through the air here from Seeley. Second down and 10 here, Cougars.
Watts splits out wide to the right side. They hand the ball away to Schmidt. Schmidt takes the ball to the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. Tackle finally made by Colt Kamarick, the linebacker there for Plainview. Sandy Creek will be looking at a third down and short here. Third down and about, 4 yards to go. Ball is sitting right at the 30-yard line of Plainview. Both of these teams are 10-1 on the season.
Yeah, they had on the Max Preps website, went through and looked at, there was three opponents, I believe, that they both played this season. And the scores were almost identical for the victories that Plainview had and Sandy Creek had against them opponents. So everything about this game is pretty dang equal. And now we've got our first penalty flag. Which way is this going to go? That's going to go on Sandy Creek, I believe, on the offensive line.
Yeah, over on the far sideline, as the officiating crew is discussing things, it's going to be and all Hastings officiating crew here tonight as they discuss the options here. It's third down at about 4 yards to go for Sandy Creek. They've got the ball down here at the 30-yard line of Plainview. There's the call, illegal procedure on Sandy Creek, so that'll cost them 5 yards. So that's going to bring the ball back here to the 35. Third down and 9 yards to go now for the Cougars. Sandy Creek working right to left here in quarter number 2. Sandy Creek with a lead over Plainview. The score is 14-8.
The only thing we don't have, we've got beautiful temperatures today, record-setting temperatures. I know Gino golfed. There was a lot of people golfing, but we don't have that luxurious green look out there. We've had some cold weather, and pretty much the turf grass has gone dormant. So first penalty of the game goes on Sandy Creek, third down, and about 9, they'll look to throw.
Seeley backs up. Here comes the pressure. He gets away from it, comes to the near sideline. He's hit, and down he goes. Seeley is thrown for a loss back here at the 39-yard line. Colt Kamarick coming in there to make the tackle on the quarterback, Seeley. Kamarick is a 5'8", 150-pound junior. He had 100 tackles coming into this football game here this afternoon, or this evening. He gets one right there on a quarterback sack, and Sandy Creek will have to punt the ball away as they look at fourth down and 13 yards to go. Ball is now at the 39-yard line of Plainview. So it'll be Seeley doing the punting here for Sandy Creek. Hesitates, swings the leg, and the ball is going to be kicked down to about the 10-yard line. Plainview signals for the fair catch, and that's where the Pirates will start. First down and 10 in their own territory. Well, last time Plainview had the ball, they got a 60-yard touchdown run from Gage Walton for their first score of the ball game.
You go back to that sack there for Plainview. That was just a good coverage sack. Everybody open downfield. Seeley not able to get anybody down there. But again, like in a lot of other games, Seeley would normally take that around the corner with his speed and be able to get around. But when you're playing competition like this, they're going to match up equally, and they brought him down. Now they're looking to go deep. Look at here. He's got all kinds of room.
And the ball is going to be caught here at the Sandy Creek 35-yard line. Breaks loose to the 30. Down to sideline 25. Still on his feet. Down to the 21-yard line. That is a Cohen Lingenfelder who got loose down the near sideline. Finally, Seeley came down to knock him down, but a huge gain there as the freshman quarterback for the Plainview Pirates. And Kobe Martins throws the ball right in front of the Sandy Creek bench and is caught by Lingenfelder. And now Plainview is in business down here at the Sandy Creek 22.
Yeah, and Lingenfelder had to wait for that football to get there. He had more distance between him and the defender.
There's an inside handoff across the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. Running the football there is going to be Krumeric. Tackle is made by Sam Watts up there on the defensive line for the Cougars. Plainview has got the ball, second down, 6 yards to go. Ball is down here at the Sandy Creek 19-yard line in a 14-8 ball game. Sandy Creek has got the lead here in the second quarter. There's the snap here to Martins. He fires the ball. It's going to be incomplete. Knocked down there. Nice defensive play down there at around the 5-yard line. Wyatt Schroth is the intended receiver. Ball is knocked down there by Caden Schmidt. The defensive secondary for Sandy Creek, incomplete pass. Nice play there by Schmidt.
Yeah, great play. Great athletic move to get his hand in front of the intended receiver. That was a strong arm throw from the freshman over here in front of the Sandy Creek bench. And the receiver was right there, and Schmidt was able to get a hand out there, knock the football to the turf as he goes rolling in to the sideline marker there at the 10-yard line. So good defensive play. Third down, 6 on the board, 18-yard line. And we're going to have a timeout. Plainview, I believe.
Yep, Plainview wants to call a timeout here. 9:04 to play in the first half of play. Sandy Creek 14, Plainview 8. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar Athletics.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Hastings College football tomorrow here on Extreme Sports. Hastings playing at Dakota Wesleyan. Airtime will be at 12 o'clock noon for the pregame show. We'll have basketball tomorrow on Extreme Sports 2. Dakota Wesleyan playing at Hastings as the Broncos open up the conference season beginning at 1:45 tomorrow afternoon. There's a pass to the far sideline. That's going to be overthrown. Lingenfelder, the intended receiver down here, at about the 15. That one was overthrown there by the freshman quarterback in Kobe Martins. So again, football tomorrow on Extreme Sports. Basketball tomorrow on Extreme Sports 2. Basketball begins at 1:45 tomorrow as the Broncos open up their conference season against Dakota Wesleyan. Those teams will meet each other.
Well, I was going to say
on Highway 281 tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to be warmed up. That's one thing we won't have to worry about on the way up there is bad weather. Going to be decent weather up there in Mitchell tomorrow as Plainview lines up here. They'll go for it on 4th down at about the 18-yard line.
Martin Z backs up, no pressure. Martin steps up. He throws the ball incomplete down around the 10-yard line.
Wow. That was just perfect timing there. I was waiting for the official, the back judge there, to throw a flag. That was real tight coverage in there, and the defender got in there and brought the receiver down right as the ball was there. No penalty flag. So a great defensive stand there after they give up the 48-yard pass play down to the inside the 20-yard line. Now Sandy Creek will take over with a 14-8 lead. 8:52 left to go here till halftime. Entertaining 8-man football game. Here's semifinal action. Winner goes to Lincoln.
Plays a week from Monday. Guess the winner game going on tonight between Crofton. Here's a inside pitch play. It's going to go to Biltoff, and that play is going to be snuffed out there. Little of any gain as they take it to the far side.
Shelby Rising City.
That's who I was looking for.
I knew you were stumbled. I was going to ask you.
I was scrambling for my notes.
I know. I knew I could hear that little lull in your voice, so I thought I
drew a blank.
I think that's the only loss Sandy Creek has is to Shelby Rising City. So that would definitely be a rematch they would really be looking for. Biltoff was able to get a yard. He was able to lay his 6'6" frame out, pick up a yard, 2nd down and 9 here for the Coug.
All right, Sandy Creek working right to left from their own 19-yard line. Seeley waiting for the ball. Seeley has got it. He fakes it. Now he's going to run it to the left side. He's across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. So a short pickup of only a couple of yards. And now he's going to bring up a 3rd down situation. Tackle made by Kamarick again. He's had a great first half here for Plainview. I got him with, 6-7 tackles already here in the first half. That's what I missed when you were on the IR, my man.
Well, believe me, I wanted to be here. I didn't anticipate having quite this much pain with the second knee. But I guess when you make up a little blurb in the
your pain.
Yeah, but we're up and we're running 3rd down and about 7 here.
Here's the Seeley. Play action pass. There's a little screen over here. Smith with the ball. 20, down the sideline. 40, 45, 35. He's run out of bounds here on the near sideline. It is set up a little screen. But Schmidt finally run out of bounds here by Gage Walton. But now, before Schmidt moves the ball into Plainview territory. For the Cougars. Down here, they're going to put the football to 27.
I've got him for saying that was a nice play there. Seeley brought the defense right in the gorilla face mask, able to get that up over top of the defense and get it to Schmidt. 36 yards later, 1st down. Got the football down at the Plainview 27-yard line. Looking for more here at 7:09 left to go till half.
3 wideouts to the right side. Ball on the near side hash. 1st and 10 for the 27 here of the Plainview. There's the steal with the ball. He takes it to the 20 sideline. Run out of bounds over there about the 15. There's a little quarterback draw there. Finds a little team. Takes the ball down to the 15-yard line. run out of bounds. Another first down for the Cougars. And Sandy Creek on the move now. Midway through the second quarter with this 14-8 lead.
Seeley just makes it look so easy. He gets in behind. Watch him a lot of times. We'll have the ball tucked high and tight in one of his hands, and the other hand is on the back of a lineman or whatever gets front of directing him in. He follows his blockers. Very, very good. This sophomore is very talented here for Sandy Creek.
Ball is on the far side. Hash mark now. They flip the ball here on the little shovel pass. Schmidt has got the ball. He's going to be run out of bounds here about the 10-yard line. Run out of bounds for Plainview. They take the ball down to right at the 11-yard line. So give them a pickup of about 3 on the play. Second down and 7 yards to go for the Cougars.
Sandy Creek just content to keep everything primarily on the ground. Got them 19 carries and nearly 5 yards. 83 through the air, and that's only on 4 pass attempts. Seeley is 3 of 4 passing here in this football game.
Ball on their side again. Seeley with the empty backfield. He's got it. Sprints out right side. He throws the ball right to the fingertips. That was Tomke, I believe, for Sandy Creek Schmidt. It was King Schmidt. Down around the 5-yard line. The ball goes sizzling right to his fingertips to the turf. That's going to bring up a third down. Third down, 7 yards to go. Cougars have the ball down here at the Plainview 11-yard line. Sandy Creek waiting for the play. And now they've got to come up to the line of scrimmage. Big play here. Third down, 7 yards to go from the Plainview 11-yard line. Seeley got the ball. Seeley on the left side. He's at the 10. Cuts back and he spikes down here at the 7-yard line. Seeley hit the quarterback coming up to make the stop. That's a Braden Komet to knock down Seeley. Seeley short of the first down by a couple of yards.
About 3 yards. He cut it back in the middle of the field. That's where he met the big backer. Put a pretty good shot on him. Laid his body back the other direction. But the Seeley up there, 4-3 officially here for the Cougs.
Schmidt is lined up to the right side of the formation, and now Andrew Kuda wants to call timeout. 6 minutes and 14 seconds to play here in the second quarter. We'll take a break with the score: Sandy Creek 14, Plainview 8. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
All right, back here at the Hill at Sandy Creek. 6:14 to play here in the second quarter. It is a 14-8 ball game. Sandy Creek is lead, but it's 4th and 3. Andrew Kuda calling the timeout to talk things over.
Yeah, drawing up. Of launch it up, built on back there. Not able to get there. Plainview got times here in this first half, but they help him up off the turf, and Plainview takes over on down.
So Plainview has got the ball. They're trailing 14-8. The ball going to keep it on the ground and run it to the right side here, and not much there. Pick up only about a yard on the play. on the stop, Christian Shaw for the Cougars. 9:45 to play here in the second quarter. It's a 14-8 ball game. Sandy Creek has got the lead here. Martins is the quarterback for Plainview. And they're going to hand the ball away. That's Walton. Walton brings the ball across 10 out to about the 12-yard line. Tackle made there by Spray for Sandy Creek on defense. So 3rd down and 6 yards to go. 12 remaining here in the second quarter. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Martins throws the ball to the ball side, breaking down the sideline 15, forward to the 20-yard line. And they get a number of first down at Walton on the reception. Alston Clark will bring him down there for Sandy Creek. It's past the sideline as the ball to the play to the near side, and not much there as he has knocked down right at the 22-yard line.
Boy, you can see what Walton means to this team. He gets up a little gimpy. Looks like that right ankle might have rolled up. He's able to elude traffic at 2 yards deep in the backfield. I'm watching him walk to the far sideline. He's not going to let anybody know he's hurt, but he tweaked that ankle pretty good as a couple of Sandy Creek defenders moved down the line of scrimmage, holding to no gain, second down.
Martins has got the ball, and the official is going to blow this baby dead. The man in motion may have got back upfield a little bit too soon here, as the officials will huddle here. This was a 2nd down and 9 from the 22. There's the indication, illegal procedure. False start on the Plainview. That'll cost him 5 yards.
That is just as I've got it, first penalty on Plainview. So each team now hit with 1 penalty, so a very disciplined ball game being played here, but it's going to cost them 5. Going to put behind the sticks now at 2nd down and 14. Ball back to the 17-yard line. Clock moving just in the first half.
Martins, the quarterback, backs up. He's going to run the ball near sideline, 15-yard line. Popped out of bounds there by Alston Clark for Sandy Creek. Trying to scramble the ball. Not get to the first down stage. So that's going to be 3rd down. Ball is sitting at the 19-yard line of Plainview. Class D1 tonight here on Extreme Sports. Wide receivers left and right on 3rd down, 12 yards to go. And goes in motion again to the far side. Martins, he backs up, throws the ball downfield. No penalty flags. That was Walton. He falls down at about the 37 of Plainview, right in the center of the field. Ball's overthrown. This brings up a 4th down.
Head coach Kyle Smith on that far sideline has walked back and forth with that line judge. And you're going to eat and kind of definitely voicing his displeasure. He thought that as Walton was knocked down at about the 36-37 yard line. So now situation here, 4th down and 12 for Plainview.
Gage Walton will do the approach chores. He stands at his own 13-yard line. So it's 4th down and about 12. Walton has got the ball. He's going to throw out there. Walton is going to launch the ball downfield and just throw it up in the air, and that ball is going to be tapped and intercepted at the 30 to the 35 line, and the Cougars will have the ball. They just threw the ball up in the air there, and Alex Watts playing his center field back there.
That ball was tipped when it came down. That was definitely just trying to make something happen for Walton. He definitely wasn't punting the football. He got the snap, and he was ready to throw the football, but then he just threw kind of a gross high hanger, and it gave everybody time to get around the football, and it was tipped by a defender for Sandy Creek right into to Watts' hands, and he takes her upfield for a few more yards. So Sandy Creek takes over on the turnover. The interception, they've got a 35-yard line. 14-8 lead for the Cougars. 3:32 left to go till half.
Walton has thrown 37 passes on the year. He's 24 out of 37 throwing the ball, but he gets a pick there as Watts picks him off, and Sandy Creek has got the ball in the lead. Here's a Schmidt with it. He runs it around the right end. That baby's going to be stopped the ball.
Fumbled it.
They have come loose over there. I think Plainview says they're on the ball. Let's see if the officials agree. I don't think so.
Oh, my.
I think Sandy Creek back on top of the football here at the 35-yard line.
Boy, as they hit Schmidt about a yard deep in the backfield, he turned around to try to get forward momentum, and I think that ball can loose. We'll never know. I'd love to see the replay tomorrow morning on that one. I think Sandy Creek dodged a definite bullet right there.
Down here at the 35-yard line, it's their own 35. 2:55 to play here in the second quarter. 14-8 is the score. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Cougars have the ball. Seeley has got it. Seeley, quarterback keeper, to the 40. He's in the open. Look out. Goodbye. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Sandy Creek. 45-yard touchdown run by Cam Seeley.
Boy, and Seeley didn't have much there. He took it just on a keeper off the left side of the line, just kind of worked his way all the way down to the tackle and found what was just a little bit of a seam. But with Seeley and his speed, it don't take much. And, man, he hit that gap, and there wasn't anybody there. Everybody for Plains up towards the line of scrimmage in the box. Nobody able to readjust and try to catch Cam Seeley as he takes it in from 45.
Now 20-8 is the score. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Here's that try for the 2-point conversion. Schmidt takes it around the left end. He is in there for the 2-pointer. 2-point conversion is good. 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Sandy Creek 22 and the Plainview 8. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The number one seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, Sandy Creek taking advantage of an interception. They make a quick work of things as your quarterback Cam Seeley goes 45 yards for the score, 22-8. Sandy Creek with the lead. Kickoff goes through the end zone like it has all night long. And Plainview has got the ball back here in Terry at the 15-yard line. Yeah, they've not started in very good field position. 4 times from the 15, twice from the 11 here in the first half. There's a handoff there. They didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped here. Walton stopped at the 14-yard line. A loss of a yard in the play. Second down at 11. So second down at 11. Ball at the 14 of Plainview. 15 to play here in the second quarter. Sandy Creek now on to a 22-8 lead. Marcy backs up. He's got time, moves to his left, fires the ball. It's going to be cut out here across the 20 to the 22-yard line. The reception made there by Wyatt Schroth. Cam Seeley on a stop there for Sandy Creek. Schroth, the 6', 180-pound junior tight end for Plainview. Pick up there of about 7. So it's third down and 4 yards to go. There's Walton with the ball, and Walton is not going to get there. He's going to be stopped. Walton is going to be stopped on the direct snap back here. He is stopped at about the 21 or 22-yard line. So a loss of about a yard in the play. Pirates now looking at a fourth down. Fourth down and about 4 yards to go. Ball is sitting at the 21-yard line. Plainview. Pirates are already trailing in this ball game by a score of 22-8.
Well, you don't think they make adjustments in 8-man football? You can definitely tell they have, because that first drive of the game in Plainview, they took it right downfield on the defense, but since then they've definitely made some adjustments. The tackling has been a lot better, and now the head coach for Plainview, Kyle Smith, just letting the clock run down, going to call timeout in snap.
All right, 53 seconds to play second quarter. Timeout, Plainview. We'll take a break with the score. Sandy Creek 22, Plainview 8. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar Athletics.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this. We're trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Will, Marcus Metcalf, Jimmy Purcell, Gene Shaw back here on the hill. It's a 4th down and 4, and we're going to kick the ball away here. Lingenfelder bangs that one to the far sideline. Goes out of bounds down around the 35-yard line of Sandy Creek. The officials will stop there. That's where the Cougars will have the ball from their own 35, still with 47 seconds to play. A normal team, Jimmy, would probably take a knee and get into the locker room. I don't think Andrew Kuda and the Cougars are a normal offensive unit here.
No, and I don't think they have that in their playbook, take a knee. I don't think they do. I think they've got the foot on the accelerator most of the time, and this is right the same location as where Sealy took it in from 45 yards out last series. We'll see what they elect to do. Sealy will be all alone in the backfield.
First down and 10. Sealy pitches the ball. Here's Schmidt coming to the near side. And he's going to be running out about the 38-yard line. That's that play they've been using for the 2-point conversion try. Curtis in on the stop there for the defense. Schmidt picks up about 4 yards of the play. Second down and 6 yards to go as they have inched the ball up to the 39.
Ninth carry for Schmidt here in the football game. Now we got the officials conferring.
For an injury on the play.
So second down and 6 to the 39.
Yeah, I don't see a penalty flag. Just
no, number 8 had to go out.
Gino says somebody had to go out.
Why did he need to go out?
I don't know.
All right. Gain of about 4 there by Schmidt. Gets the football up close to midfield to the 40. 41 seconds. Still plenty of time for Sandy Creek to capitalize here. They'll have trips out to the far side of the field for Sealy.
Second down and 6 yards to go here for the Cougars with 41 to play. Sealy backs up, sets up that little screen pass. Built off with the ball at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20-yard line. And brought down from behind, down around the Plainview 20. 32 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Tackle made by Komet and also Curtis. The defensive secondary to the Plainview Pirates. They're going to spot the football here at the 22-yard line. Cougars already leading in this contest by a score of 22-8. Sandy Creek wanting more here before they get into the locker room. They fake the pitch. Sealy wants to throw the ball. That one is in the center of the field. It's going to be incomplete. Throwing a little bit too far. Bill Topp, the intended receiver. And do we have a penalty flag down there? Second down, 10 yards to go. No penalty flag. Ball is at the 22 of Plainview. Now 13 seconds to go.
Bill Toff's already caught 3 balls here in this game. Only 8 pass attempts for Sealy here. He's thrown for 101 unofficially, but Bill Toff with 3 catches, 65 yards. He's got a touchdown here early in the football game, and the Cougar look at a second down and 10 here. Ball at the 22-yard line, 13 seconds left to go.
Trips out wide to the right side again. They set up a little bubble screen over there. It's going to be caught down to about the 20-yard line. So a short pickup there as they throw the ball out there to Caden Schmidt in the open field, trying to get him shaking loose over there. Now we're going to have a timeout called. 8 seconds to play here in the second quarter. It's a 22-8 ball game. Sandy Creek scoring a couple of quick touchdowns early. Plainview coming back with a long touchdown run to pull in 14-8. But Sandy Creek is scoring last time they had the ball on a 45-yard touchdown from Cam Seeley after they added the 2-point conversion. That's the way we stand here. It's 2-8. Sandy Creek with a lead. 8 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Again, tomorrow we've got Hastings College football for you from Mitchell, South Dakota. Pigskin preview begins at noon. Kickoff between the Broncos and Dakota Wesleyan will be at 1. We'll have the coverage here on Extreme Sports. Also at basketball tomorrow. Hastings opening up the conference season against Dakota Wesleyan at home. That will be on Extreme Sports 2 tomorrow afternoon. Women's game at 2. Men's game at 3:45 on the air with a pregame. 1:45 tomorrow on Extreme Sports 2. 8 seconds to go. Here's a Seeley who's going to back up, facing pressure, runs to the far side, 25-20, and he runs out of bounds down around the 15-yard line now with 1 second to play. Only 1 second to go here, and we'll see what head coach Andrew Kuda elects to do here.
Escort them out.
Now they're going to line up for a possible field goal attempt. This is going to be a 34-yard field goal attempt for Ben Berger for Sandy Creek. A 34-yard field goal attempt here at the end of the second quarter. High snap. They get the ball down. Berger's kick heads for the uprights and is up there. It's going to be no good. So the Cougars miss on the 34-yard field goal attempt. Sandy Creek will go into the locker room here with a 22-8 lead over the Plainview Pirates. Let's see if we can grab Andrew Kuda down the sidelines here as they head to the locker room here. It's a Sandy Creek with a lead. Marcus Metcalf is down on the Sandy Creek sidelines.
Thoughts on your first half here, Coach?
I'm really proud of the way we played, the way we started the game. I thought we started really strong. I thought we started fast. I thought our guys executed our game plan. This is a really quality football team. We knew that they were capable of big plays, and they hit a couple, and I'm really proud of the way our guys responded to that.
What adjustments do you have to make defensively against Plainview's run there?
We just have to keep competing. We have to keep trying to fight off blocks. We can't over-pursue. But some of it is they have tremendous players over there, and they have a great scheme. They're really well coached. They're going to make plays. So we just have to keep responding the right way.
Talk about guys' offensive guys were able to move that football.
Yeah, we got to just keep being sharp up front. I thought we've communicated up front well. I thought we're keeping our feet moving. I think we're staying on blocks, and that just has to continue.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Andrew Kuda, the head coach for Sandy Creek. Again, the Cougars have got the lead here at the break. Sandy Creek 22, Plainview 8. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports activities that enrich the educational experience and promote character formation of all Sandy Creek High School students. Again, good luck to all the Sandy Creek athletes and teams on a great season.
As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar Athletics.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or Cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, Mike Will, Jimmy Purcell, Gene Shaw, Marcus Metcalf back here on the hill into Sandy Creek. 22-8 is the score that got there over Plainview. Starting drives for Plainview tonight have been from their own 15, their own 15, their own 15, their own 11. Their own 11-yard line and their own 15. Meanwhile, Sandy Creek, their possessions have started from their 25, their 26, their 32, 36, 18, 35, and 35 so far here in the first half of the Cougars out on top of this one. 22-8 over Plainview here in the state semifinals.
Get you some numbers here. These two teams coming into this football game very equal as far as yardage and numbers coming into the football game. But, boy, Sandy Creek, they give up some yardage in the first quarter, but only 75 yards for Plainview in that second quarter. So a much better job defensively. We'll look at the Plainview for the first half of action. They were 5 of 12 passing for 77 yards and an interception. That was on the arm of Gage Walton. The rushing numbers, 19 carries for 106 yards, so 183 total on 31 offensive plays. 75 yards total in the sector for Plainview. 6 downs and 1 penalty for the... Why did I want to say Indians?
They're the Pirates.
I got to know my role. They're the Pirates. So anyway, the Pirates with 183 total in the first half action. For Sandy Creek in the first half, the quarterback, Cam Seeley, 5 of 9 passing, 102 yards, very efficient, 1 touchdown in the game. The Cougars have rushed it 25 times for 154, so 34 offensive plays, 256 total yards of offense. The Cougars, by the way, with 130 in the second half alone, 7 first downs and 1 penalty, so not a lot of laundry being thrown on the turf here this evening. Individual numbers, I've got Seeley rushing for 14 carries, 115 yards, and the running back and Schmidt at 9 carries and 33 yards. Schmidt with a touchdown and Seeley with a couple of touchdowns here in the football game. Wes Biltoff, by the way, 3 catches, 65 yards, and he's got a touchdown in the game. So a very balanced half of football for Sandy Creek. And like Coach Kuda said, just to keep things simple, keep the defense fired up. They give up the one big run there for Plainview. What was that in the first half? First quarter, 60-yard touchdown run. Other than that, they've shut them down, and they've made the adjustments, and they look pretty good here on their way to Lincoln.
Late in the second quarter, we had Gage Walton go out there with just a couple of minutes to go, and word from the sideline, he may have got his bell rung a little bit, so he had to run off the field and get checked out over there. Marcus Metcalf is down on the Sandy Creek sidelines. Your view after the first 2 quarters?
It's been fun, guys. This sideline's been juiced. And then after they gave up that long touchdown run, all the coaching staff said, "Hey, don't worry about that, guys. Just one play." So this Sandy Creek team's still pretty determined, guys, to come out here to win here, 22 up 22-8 halftime. I wanted to give you guys a little bit. We've been covering Bronco sports all. You guys got football tomorrow up in Mitchell. The soccer team obviously wins the GPAC tournament championship for the second consecutive year. They had their official selection show here tonight. The Hastings women are in. They're going to take on Friends University on next Thursday down in Arkansas.
Wow. A trip to Arkansas.
Is that in the budget?
It's probably not in the budget for us.
Okay, well.
But yeah, all right, Hastings College, the women's soccer team, opening up in the national tournament down in Arkansas. Speaking of Broncos sports, we'll have football tomorrow from Mitchell, South Dakota, as the Hastings College Broncos close out the 2025 season. They'll take on the Tigers out of Dakota Wesleyan. Earlier today, had a chance to sit down with Hastings head coach Matt Franzen. Spent a couple of minutes with Hastings head coach Matt Franzen as the Broncos go on the road for their final game of the 2025 season to play in Mitchell, South Dakota against Dakota Wesleyan tomorrow. Coach, after a bye week, it's been a long time since we've been on the field, but now we get ready for the final game of the season. Kind of an odd quirk in your schedule here this year.
Well, yeah, having the bye week and bye weeks are usually welcome to rest up and heal up a little bit. But normally when you come out of a bye week, you have a stretch to come back to, and we just have one game to come back to. So anyway, hopefully the bye week helped us a little bit physically. We had a couple guys that were a little bit beat up after that Dordt game, and it was a big game for us. We think we put a lot into that game physically and mentally. So having a week to decompress and then another week to get ready for the game, we've had a pretty good couple of weeks of practice. So hopefully we can go in and play like we have the last month or so, and keep that momentum going through this last game.
Anybody that's seen us throughout the year, I think we're night and day from the first 2 or 3 games of the season to the last 4 or 5.
Yeah, well, we've it took a few weeks for us to figure some things out. I think maybe to find our identity and figure out what buttons to push with this team to get the most out of us. We have for the last 6 weeks or so been playing at a pretty high level and against some of the best teams in the league also, I might add. So yeah, hopefully we can go in and play like that. We're a little more banged up at a couple positions than we have been this season. So hopefully we can play through some things or have some guys step in and fill some roles successfully that maybe they haven't had an opportunity to yet. So there might be a few different guys in some positions, but yeah, hopefully we can continue playing well like we have been.
Last time we were on the field, lost to Dordt 31-26. It was a loss, but what can you take out of that game?
Well, I think our team sees and feels it, and I think a lot of the people who watch do also, as you mentioned. But I think we've really closed the gap on the best teams in the conference. We're not getting over the top on most of them yet. We had the big win at Northwestern, and at the time it felt like Northwestern was down, but to their credit, they've really rebounded in the second half of the season, and they're sitting at 6-3 right now. So that shows that was a really good team that we played that day, and won at their place on homecoming. So we've closed the gap against those top teams, against those playoff teams in our conference. Now we want to continue that and not just close the gap, but now take that next step to get over the top on these guys and then become that team that is a playoff team. And so hopefully we can do that, keep moving forward with what we're doing. But the team that we're playing today, has had a decent season. They've had some nice wins. I think they've had some disappointments. They've had some injuries at the second half of the season also that they've had to work with and work around. So, but I'm sure they're going to come in very motivated to send their seniors off on a high note, just like we are.
Yeah, Dakota Wesleyan, the team will see tomorrow 4-6 on the season, coming up of a loss to Midland last week. A team that wants to throw the football. They don't have much of a rushing attack. Is that what you expect tomorrow?
That is what we're expecting. I think if I was looking at our defense and with the offense that they have and how they've been operating this season, you have to run the ball to keep the defense honest, but our run defense has been solid all season against everybody that we've played, and so hopefully that'll happen again tomorrow. But if we are expecting Dakota Wesleyan to throw the ball, and that's where they're going to be trying to make their hay against our defense, trying to get the ball down the field. And so we need to stop the run like we have been, but then we also need to pressure the quarterback and put him in some uncomfortable situations.
Final game of the season. What do you want to see out of your team tomorrow?
Well, my hope is that we can come in focused and start fast. That's one thing coming out of a bye week. You're always a little bit worried that the team's going to start off slow just because it's been 2 weeks since we were out there playing tackle football. So we want to start fast, but just the energy that we've brought to a lot of these games, to all the games here from the the midpoint of the season on, we need to bring that energy one more time. And some guys are tired, and it's mid-November and it's been a long season. So finding a way to create that kind of energy one more time, and just remember we play football to have fun. It's an opportunity to get out there and play the game that we love, even when we're tired and sore. We still need to remember that this is fun, and let's go out and celebrate each other and bring a bunch of energy for our seniors one more time.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, man.
Matt Franzen, head coach for Hastings College. Kickoff tomorrow will be at 1. Pregame show Pigskin Preview begins at noon on Extreme Sports.
Bill Hamburger Remodeling has been doing work in the Hastings area for over 25 years. They provide remodeling and building services for both residential and commercial clients. Their services include new homes, additions, bathroom remodeling, kitchen remodeling, window installations, doors, siding, roofs, concrete work, drywall, painting, fences, and garages. Trust the professionals at Bill Hamburger Remodeling at 622 East 2nd Street in Hastings. Give them a call at 402-469-8551.
Not just an RV center, but a legacy. That's what Dykeman's Campers was to Hastings and the surrounding communities for the last 75 years. Built on honesty, quality, and attentive sales and service. While Dykeman's Campers have set the bar high, we at Timmy's RVs are looking forward to carrying on the torch of excellent customer service and rapport. Timmy's RVs is now open, just behind the old Dykeman's location on Highway 6. Stop in to see Herb for all of your RV service needs. And don't forget to get your RV or camper in for winterization. Timmy's also has year-round covered storage available. Give them a call at 402-879-8893. That's Timmy's RV Sales and Service of Hastings.
Fill up on courtesy and convenience with Fill and Chill, your one-stop shop to fuel your tank, your body, and your passion for the game. With 14 locations across central Nebraska and 6 in Hastings, they've got you covered, whether you're on your way to the game or headed home with a win. Check them out on Facebook or at fillandchill.com.
If you are looking for screen printing or embroidery work, turn to the experts at Protein Design of Grand Island. They have over 19 years of experience and are locally owned. The staff at Protein Design can create that shirt for your special event with custom screen printing services. Or get some custom embroidery on your clothing, hats, bags, or other accessories. At Protein Design of Grand Island, you can get the uniforms for your high school or college sports teams too. Get a quote by simply going to the website at proteindesign.com or by calling 308-203-4044. There's in-store pickup and delivery available. Protein Design, 2716 Old Fair Road in Grand Island.
Taking care of your teeth and gums is important to keeping a healthy smile, and that's where we come in. Dr. Corey Bumgartner of Bumgartner Family Dentistry will provide exceptional oral care services to both children and adults. They offer routine cleanings and screenings, emergency and scheduled surgical and cosmetic procedures, and a teeth whitening program to all of their patients. Whatever your dental care needs, Bumgartner Family Dentistry is there to help. New patients are welcome. Just call 402-462-6484 or stop in and see them at 2217 West 12th Street in Hastings.
You are listening to Cougar Football on Extreme Sports.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Ubronic, Marcus Metcalf, Gene Job back here on the hill. Halftime, 22-8 is the score. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Cougars jumped down to a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. Touchdown run of 10 yards from Cam Seeley. And a Seeley 10-55 yards to West Biltop. The Cougars had a 14-0 lead. And then right be the first It was Gage Walton getting loose for Plainview. He goes 60 yards for his score. They had a 2-point conversion to pull within 14-8. But then Sandy Creek getting their quarterback loose again. Cam Seeley takes it in from 45 yards out with 2:36 to play here in the second quarter. Sandy Creek hits the 2-point conversion. 22-8 is our score as we get ready for the third quarter here tonight. So a chance to hear from Andrew Kuda there at the end of the second quarter, just to keep doing the things that we're doing well here in the second half and try to scratch out over a team in Plainview tonight.
You don't want to shake up the card, so to speak, with the successful season that Sandy Creek has had. You want to continue what has got you here, and that is a very sound defense, very good offense, and we've seen the playmakers here in this first half. Cam Seeley has been no surprise here coming in. Really, as I said earlier, the conductor of this orchestra. 176 passing per game, 123 rushing. Well, he's at 102 passing, and he is at 115 in rushing. So he's right both of those, and Sandy Creek will get the football to start this second half as they've got this kind of classic music going here. A lot of places play this in and out of halftime. I've yet to figure out.
Well, that's not your music. I know that.
Well, no, it wouldn't be at the. We would go to the Slammer. We probably wouldn't hear it at the Second Street Slammer. So, be interesting to check on the health of Gage Walton. Boy, if they lose Walton here in this second half, that would be a big, big loss. Maybe Marcus will find out for us here.
There's the kickoff bobble down there by Sandy Creek, and then tackled down there about the 11 line. There's a kick short. Sandy Creek comes up to grab the ball, and they kind of fumble the ball down around the turf, and Sandy Creek will start deep in their own territory here. They'll swat the football at the 11-yard line. So just underway here in the second half, 22-8 is the score. Sandy Creek here in the semifinals in Class D1. Winner play either Shelby or Crofton in the state championship game a week from Monday down at Memorial Stadium. That'll be a 10-15 start down in Lincoln.
Sandy Creek with 256 yards in the first half of action. Same personnel on the field for Andrew Kuda. First and 10 here. Ball at the 12-yard line.
They pitch the ball back here to Schmidt. He takes it to the far sideline where he's going to be popped out of bounds. That's a big old boy in Haven Stewart over there. Also Komet coming up from his defense secondary to knock him out of bounds. That Stewart dude there, 5'11", 260 pounds, Jimmy. He's had a couple of rushes tonight, so if they get down toward the goal line and need a touchdown, we can see that big boy in the backfield.
Well, you want the muscle package. He would definitely be in there. Almost 5-yard pickup there by Schmidt around right in. Now they'll break to the near side.
Pitch again goes to Schmidt. 15 brought down at the 17-yard line. So 2 running plays. And now Sandy Creek will be looking at a third down situation. Third down, about 3 yards to go. Colt Hoffman is now in the ball game now. And I'm looking out there to see if we see that number 8, Walton there, Jimmy. I think that's his replacement out there right now. And Colt Hoffman out there in the defensive secondary for Plainview. So that would be a big blow for the Pirates if Walton can't go here in the second half. His bell may have been rung just before the end of the second quarter. Here's Seeley with the ball. Seeley going to be stopped here right about the 20. Sandy Creek going to be stopped short of a first down. 4th down at about a yard. That's Hoffman again into the stop for the Pirates. So Plainview does what they had to do here. That stops Sandy Creek in their opening possession of the third quarter. And now Seeley will punt the football away. Or at least they're in punt formation. Plainview has nobody back deep. Nobody back deep as Seeley backs up to his own 10-yard line. And now we got a penalty flag down as the snap came back to Seeley. Let's see if somebody moved up front. It was penalty on Sandy Creek, and they'll march him back 5 yards.
I got a beat on Walton. He's on the far south end. I didn't want to get into directional stuff here today with you because No, the hill, you would be.
I'm all messed up on the hill.
We'll wait till Joe Cantwall Field tomorrow in Mitchell to see if. But you know your way around there, parade routes and whatnot. But I found Walton on the sidelines there, got his helmet all strapped in. But usually when they have an injury, they'll keep the helmet from the player. We'll keep an eye on him.
And now Plainview will send a man back, but they're going to throw the ball, and that baby is going to be caught. Did he haul in? Yes, he did out here at the 34-yard line. That's the Seeley, who's normally your quarterback. He's also the punter. He throws that one downfield, and it is caught for the first down, so a fake punt there by Sandy Creek. And it brings the ball to the 33 for a first down.
He just held to the football and waited. I think that was at the Schmidt. Down in between the hash marks. What a great catch, too. Seeley threw that one right on the money where he could climb the ladder a little bit, so to speak, and bring that down. Nice concentration, nice catch. Gain of 18, and Sandy Creek's in business.
All right, the first offensive possession here in the second half. Seeley wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. Just dumps the ball away. Schmidt with the ball to 30, 35, 35. Spin away at the 32-yard line and brought down. First down. And Sandy Creek is now in Plainview territory. Down around the 30-yard line.
Another 18-yard pass play. Just a little dump off to Schmidt over top of the defender that was putting a good rush. They've been able to get in on Seeley. When you set up the screen like that, the way Sandy Creek did, they had a couple of players downfield blocking, and then he hit the accelerator, got it across midfield down to the 30. So Sandy Creek on the move here now after a sluggish little start there on the 3 downs. Got 9:22 left to go, but Sandy Creek threatening.
Just underway here in the third quarter. Cougars leading by a score of 22-8. Seeley waiting for the ball. Seeley has got it. He's going to run around the right end to the 30. Brings into the open 25 down. Slices his way down to about the 23-yard line. That's a Kamarican on the stop there for the Pirates. That's a pickup of 7 yards in the play. Quarterback keeper around the right end. Second down and 3 to go. Clock running here in the third quarter. 48 to play. Open possession of the second half for Sandy Creek. The Cougars move from our right to our left here.
Boy, and if Sandy Creek would put a touchdown on the board here, it makes it a real uphill battle for Plainview to try to climb back into this, especially if Walton is not able to come back at all this second half.
Two wide receivers split out to the side of the field, the right side. Back down around the 14-yard line. Run out of bounds there again by Colt Hoffman for the Plainview Pirates, but that's enough for another Cougar first down here at the Plainview 15-yard line.
Yeah, Seeley just one-on-one with the defender down here, and his speed able to get him around the corner, picks up a nice gain. Now the football down to the 15-yard line right at the 8-minute mark.
On the march here in the opening possession of the third quarter here for Sandy Creek. Seeley with a setback just behind him. Hands the ball away to Schmidt. Schmidt angles right side 15. 10 spins away down to the 6-yard line. Caden Schmidt takes it down to the 6. Tackle is made in there by Curtis, the inside linebacker. Curtis, 185 pounds. Takes the ball down to the 6-yard line.
Schmidt a nice run off right side, picking and choosing his holes. And again, he does a job as Seeley following his blockers and picking out his holes, slicing and dicing through that Plainview defense. Nice run there. Cut it back up the middle of the field to pick up second down and 1 here for Sandy Creek. They've got it at the Plainview 6.
7:09 to play third quarter. Sandy Creek is at the ball the entire third quarter so far. They picked at the 5-yard line. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run by Cam Seeley.
For Seeley, that is his third rushing touchdown on the night. That one coming from 6 yards out. He just takes the ball from center and takes it off the left side. Had good blocking. Plainview had no answer for him, and now Plainview finds themselves in a huge hole. 28-8 with the PAT pending here from Sandy Creek.
The Cougars take the opening third quarter and march it right down the field and Gooder in the end zone for the touchdown from Seeley. So the 2-point conversion. Seeley throws the ball in the zone, caught for the 2-point conversion. So the 2-point conversion is going to be the play.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Drive Jimmy right down the field, and Sandy Creek didn't have to do it. They stuck it in the end zone. It's 30-8. So here comes the Pirates back out from the 15 after the kickoff is through the end zone again. Martins throws the ball across the middle. It's going to be caught out here to about the 24. And now he's
there. And he where he got knocked down to the turf and he stayed face down for a minute. And he got up and he staggered like a guy out behind the establishments in the alley later on. He has no clue where he's at. They need to get him off the field. Look at his hair helping him off. That is too bad to see as Gage Walton is going to be helped off the field.
Not to be honest with you.
Yeah, they should never even had him back in the game. Whoever made that decision, that would be very dangerous for field. It's too bad. He made the catch. That's positive 9 on the catch, but Walton's going to be done for tonight.
Yeah, he's the guy that went out right before the end of the half. And now they put him in for the first play here in the possession, and he's going to be rung up again, and he goes staggering to the far sideline. So the next play is a running play as they move the ball up here to the 30-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down for Plainview. So it's now a 30-8 score. Sandy Creek has got the Cougars looking to play the state championship game next week from Monday down at Lincoln. There's a quick throw over here to the near side, caught at the 33-yard line across the 35, brings it out close to the 40-yard line. Reception is made by Baston Curtis. Tackle is made by Alex Watts for Sandy Creek on defense. Plainview has brought the ball down here to the Sandy Creek 39-yard line. Plainview working from our left to our right here in the third quarter. High snap. Martins brings it down. A pass across the middle is going to be caught there at the 30 of Sandy Creek and then dropped right there at the 30. The reception is made down there by Brandon Clement. Clement, a 5'10", 150-pound junior, gets his 17th reception of the year. They're going to spot the football down here at about the 29-yard line. That's going to be another first down for Plainview. So now the Pirates have the ball into Sandy Creek territory. First down and 10 yards to go. Martins is going to run the ball. Martins has a seam as he takes it down to about the 26. He doesn't run the ball a whole lot, but he takes it down to the 26 there. Schmidt brings him down for a Sandy Creek. Martins has got only 58 rushes, 345 yards, 9 touchdowns so far this season.
Mike, watching Walton on the sidelines, they've got a trainer right over there giving him the test, and had a coach come over and slap him on the shoulders. And sad deal, tough way to end your season.
Martins, he backs up here on his second down. He wants to throw. He does it across the middle. It's going to be tipped and then caught at the 10-yard line inside the Sandy Creek 5 down to about the 4. Ball was tipped right into the hands of Cohen Lingenfelder. That was Seeley back in coverage for Sandy Creek. He tips the ball. Nearly got it intercepted there for the Cougars, but it's tipped, and Cohen Lingenfelder brings her down here for a Plainview down here at the Sandy Creek 3-yard line. Martin's with the ball. Now he sprints out left side. He takes it, and he's going to be drilled here at about the 2. So quarterback keeper around the left end. Biltop into the stop there for Sandy Creek on defense. It's a second down and goal. Ball is down here at the Sandy Creek 2-yard line with 4:29 to play in the third quarter. Ball's on the far side hash mark. There's Martins again. He's going to carry the ball. He takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. So Martins takes the ball into the end zone for a touchdown. Plainview is not done yet as they respond after Sandy Creek goes 9 plays, 68 yards. They got a 3-yard touchdown run here from Kobe Martins, and it's now a 30-14 ball game.
Yeah, 5 of 5 passing there by the big freshman in Martins on that drive. So I had some guys step up. When you have somebody go down, a key player in your on your team, you've got to have somebody step up, like coaches say, next man up.
Here comes the extra point. It is up there. It is good. So the PAT, the 1-point variety, is through the pipes. It is good. 4 minutes and 17 seconds to play here in the third quarter. It is now Sandy Creek 30 and the Plainview 15. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval.
You are listening to Cougar Football on Extreme Sports.
All right, 2 long drives here in the third quarter. 9 plays, 68 yards for Sandy Creek. 8 plays, 65 yards for Plainview. And now we're sitting at a 30-15 ball game. Sandy Creek has got the lead with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to play here in the third. Here's the kickoff. They just push this one to the far side. Sandy Creek comes up to grab the ball. He's going to be down at about the 20-yard line.
Now the big key for Plainview, they got the touchdown. They put it on the ground a whole lot. And they'll have 4:15 left to operate here in the third quarter and then a full fourth quarter, but still definitely a ball game here. Just a 15-point game.
So here comes Seeley back out for the Cougars. This will be first down and 10. The ball is on their own 21-yard line. Sandy Creek moving right to left here in the third quarter to play. Empty backfield here. Seeley's going to run the ball to the far side. 20, 25, penalty flags down as Seeley knocked out of bounds up here around the 26 or 27-yard line. We'll check out the flag holding call there on the Sandy Creek.
Mike, continuing to watch Walton on the sidelines, he has gathered quite a crowd over there. I'm guessing family members and whatnot, but he has not really moved on the bench, and now it appears that they've got the EMTs over there taking a look. So, again, Marcus talked about how he had his bell rung right before halftime, and he had his helmet on. Beyond me why you would want to put an individual into that situation. I'll try to keep an eye on that, but a penalty here, that is for Sandy Creek. I've got him for 3 in the ball game now, but that nullifies a nice gain around right side. Going to bring up a first down, and 20, balls back at the 11.
4:07 to play third quarter. 30-15, Sandy Creek has got the lead here. State semifinals from the Hill at Sandy Creek. They pick the ball to Schmidt. Seeley wants to throw, dances in the pocket, runs out of there, 10, 15 to the 17-yard line. Seeley to the 17. Pickup of about 6, but they got a long way to go here. Following the holding call, it's now going to bring up a second down. They're still behind the sticks. Second down at about 13 yards to go. High school football tonight from the Hill at Sandy Creek. Class D1 state semifinals tonight. Mike Will, Tyson Evronic. Tyson Evronic. Marcus Metcalf, Jimmy Purcell.
Well, we don't know whether it's Indians or Pirates
well,
that
the
we're playing against.
Staff is getting so big.
Well, I know it's quite a crowd.
Here's Seeley. He's going to run the football again to the left side. He's going to be knocked down at the 19-yard line. So now it's going to bring up a third down. Hoffman and Curtis head on the stop.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for the
Yeah, they are going to load Walton up in the Gator on the far sidelines. I think they're going to take him off, take him to probably the hospital in Hastings, I would imagine. But it looks like probably parents and family members over there. Everybody obviously a little concerned, but yeah, gonna take him off and have him looked at further.
Third down and 11 yards to go. The ball's at the 19-yard line of Sandy Creek here in the third. Still a ball game, 30-15. Here's a Seeley wants to throw, airs it out down the right side. It's going to be caught down there at the 30 to the 25-yard line. Caden Schmidt comes up with the ball there for Sandy Creek. High in the air, Schmidt goes up, elevates, snags the ball out of the air. That is caught for a Sandy Creek first down here at the Plainview 24-yard line.
36 on the passing catch, and again, Schmidt climbed the ladder, got above the defender, and brought it down. Just strong hands and able to bring that football down. Boy, when they needed it, they were behind the sticks. They get a big pass play, and for Schmidt, that is his 5th catch for 109 yards in the game. Big receiving night for Schmidt. 1st and 10 here at the 25 for Sandy Creek.
Wide receiver splits out wide to the right side to keep the ball on the ground. Schmidt with the ball. He angles left side to about the 17-yard line. Schmidt brought down at the 17. So a pickup of about 8 on the play. Going to bring up a second down and 2 for the Cougars now. Maybe closer to 3. Second down and 3 yards to go. They push the football down here to about the 17-yard line. 1:25 to play here in the third quarter. 30-15. Sandy Creek has got the lead. That's Watt splitting out wide to the right. Sandy Creek. Hamburger going two wide out to the right side of the formation. Seeley fakes the ball, backs up. Screen pass up here to the line. Ball here to Alden Clark. He's brought down in the play by Kilmerick for Plainview. So that play, that's a couple of yards. Now Sandy Creek will be looking at a third down. Third down and about 2 years to go. Football is down here at about the 17-yard line of Plainview. Clock is running. We're down to 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Sandy Creek huddling. Wide receiver is going to be Watts. He splits out wide to the right side now for Sandy Creek. Third down and about 1.5 officially to go here for the Cougars. Seeley with the ball. He's going to run it. 15, cuts back 10. On his way to the 5, and he takes it in the end zone for touchdown. Seeley takes it in from 16 yards out here with 16 seconds to play.
4 touchdowns now for Seeley on the ground. Did he lose that football when he got through the second wave? It looked to me like maybe he turned around because he juggled it a bit as he got through there. Nonetheless, he's able to take it in. 4th rushing touchdown. He has thrown 1 touchdown. Seeley has done what Seeley has done all year long, direct this team and guide them up and down the football field. He pads the lead now at 36-15 with 16 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
They'll go for the 2-point conversion. Seeley again with the ball. Sprints out right side. Now he throws it back across the middle. It's going to be caught and it drops.
You could have caught that one.
Oh, doubt about that.
He was wide open.
Right in the end zone there. Ball is going to be dropped by Sandy Creek in the end zone. So the 2-point conversion is going to be no good. The 2-point conversion, no good. We got a break with 16 seconds to play. Sandy Creek 36, Plainview 15. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports activities that enrich the educational experience and promote character formation of all Sandy Creek High School students. Again, good luck to all the Sandy Creek athletes and teams on a great season.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
Here comes the kickoff return now by Plainview. One of the few times that they've been able to return the ball after the kickoff. They bring it down to about the 23 line. That's where Plainview will start. First down and 10 on their own 23.
Ben Berger's the kicker for Sandy Creek, and I've watched him every time he kicks it into the end zone and through. He's got a loop down there of players. And they do a little bit of a dance. They're not going to do one this time because he didn't get it into the end zone. But a kicker, an athlete, at 170 pounds now. Plainview back on the attack.
Here's a Martins. He wants to throw the ball. His arm was going to be hit there, and the ball goes incomplete. Sandy Creek seemed to be a fumble the football, but his arm was coming forward. It's going to be an incomplete pass, second down and 10.
Yeah, good job there defensively. They came from both sides, able to get in there, and that's what Andrew Cooter talked about in the pregame show. He thought they were going to have to put some pressure on the freshman quarterback in Martins, and they have been able to do that. Got in there deep, got onto his arm, knocked it down. Incomplete, second down and 10. 2 seconds later.
Martins again with the ball. He fakes it, sets up a little screen across the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Boy, the Cougars have a lot of back trips in the area there. Third down, we're going to switch ends. High school semifinals here tonight. Creek 6. High school football tonight on Extreme Sports. All right, back here at Sandy Creek, 36-15 as we get ready for the fourth quarter here tonight. The Cougars out on top here, and we'll be looking at a second down and 10 yards to go. High school football action for you tonight here on Extreme Sports. Line of scrimmage is the 24-yard line. So we've got Martins in the backfield here. There's a pass across. Oh, that's way overthrown. Way overthrown. The intended receiver on the slant was Braden Quebec. Threw that one way over his head. That's going to bring up a fourth down.
Numbers officially through 3 quarters for Plainview. 9 of 18 passing, 140 yards and an interception. 23 rushes, 19 yards, put him at 257. 41 offensive plays. For the Cougars, 178 through the air, 1 touchdown, 36 carries on the ground, 222 yards, 51 plays, 400 yards. And Plainview now on a 4th and long, and the quarterback in trouble.
Martins, he throws the ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Now they go for it here, trailing by a score of 36-15. Martins comes out from under center. He rolls to the right side. He throws the ball. That's incomplete. And now Sandy Creek is going to get the ball back here in the early stages of the fourth quarter with 11:50 to play in the game.
Yeah, about all Sandy Creek has to do now is just get that final 11:50 off of here. They can get the bus fueled up The seats all vacuumed and cleaned up, and they're taking that big, beautiful red Cougar bus to Lincoln, Nebraska to try to repeat to be D1 champions yet again.
They play the winner of the Shelby Rising City Crofton game. That game's going tonight. Here's Seeley with the ball. It comes on the near sideline. Seeley can't find anybody downfield, so he just does the wise thing here and runs around the bounce here on the near sideline, down around the 21 or 22-yard line. Give him a pickup of 3 yards on the play.
Unofficially for Sandy Creek, some guys here of note. Seeley rushing 21 carries, 160 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground. Receiving, Schmidt has 5 catches, 109 yards. Built off with 3 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Schmidt also has 13 carries and 57 yards. He's really picked up the load. Him and Seeley are quite the duo for Andrew Kuda.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Line of scrimmage is the 23. There's the option pitch play. That's going to go to Schmidt, and he's going to be popped out of bounds here. Maybe a yard down to about the 21-yard line. Running him out of bounds was Wyatt Schroth for the Plainview Pirates. Now it's going to bring up a third down situation. Third down in about 7 yards to go. Third down in 7 for Sandy Creek down here at the 23-yard line. Wide receiver splits out wide to the left side. Man goes in motion. Seeley has got the ball. Face it to Schmidt. Seeley backs up. He throws the ball into the end zone. That baby is caught, but he's going to be out of bounds. Watts picks up the reception down there, but he is out of bounds.
He would have needed about 10-foot long legs to try to drag them into the end zone. Now what do we got? A field goal. Berger. Here's the kicker athlete, the senior Ben Berger, 6'3", 170. We'll see if he gets this through the pipes. I'll guarantee you there's going to be a shakedown. Where's Marcus? We'll get him in the middle of that dance.
This is going to be about a 39-yard field goal attempt. Ball is down. The kick is up by Berger is up there, and that is good. A 39-yarder.
Look at him. They're juiced up out on the field as Berger kicks that one through the pipes. He had a lot of room to spare. Now look at him come off. He's some kind of a big hero. Almost looks like Seeley coming off after a touchdown run. But good job there. Sandy Creek tacks on 3 more, 39-15 in complete control here with 11:25 left to go in this semifinal ball game.
39-yarder by Berger, and Sandy Creek tacks on 3 to begin the fourth. 11:25 to go. Sandy Creek 39, Plainview 15 on Extreme Sports. All right, we're back here at Sandy Creek. It's a 39-15 ball game. The kickoff is going to go through the end zone, and Plainview will come back out.
There they go. There,
15.
Yeah, there's the two guys. They grab him. He falls into their arms, and they kind of thrust him back out onto the field. Obviously, a team favorite in Berger. Big frame. Maybe you'll see him at basketball season. 6'3". Now Plainview comes back out on with 11:25 left to go. As you like to say, they have a lot, and I mean a lot of wood to chop.
Martins is going to want to throw the football. He rolls to the left side. His pass across the middle is intercepted. Intercepted there at the 25-yard line, and the Cougars will have the ball.
That was just a desperation pass trying to throw it back across his body by the quarterback and Martins, and it kind of got tipped by the defender. And then the receiver got a hand on it as well, but brought down by Sandy Creek. They get the turnover. That is the second interception tonight for Plainview. One was the running back in Walton threw one in the first half. So Sandy Creek takes over at the 25-yard line, fully in command of this ball game.
So Sandy Creek with the lead here. Now the Cougars have the ball following the interception. They'll start this drive from the 24-yard line. Here's Seeley. He's going to run the ball. He's into the open 20-15. Sandy cuts back to the center of the field. He takes the ball into the end zone for the touchdown. Cam Seeley takes it in from 24 yards out. And the Cougars tack on another 6.
5. Count them. 5 rushing touchdowns for Seeley in the semifinal game. He's also thrown a touchdown here this evening. Cam Seeley, what a performance for the sophomore. Again, he had to sit behind Ethan Shaw for a full year as a freshman. But I'm telling you what, whatever he studied and learned and got for notes from Shaw, he has used them. He is a dynamite quarterback for Andrew Kuda.
Here comes the 1-point conversion as Berger is going to be into the football after he hit a 39-yard field goal. He tacks on the point after touchdown. 11:07 to play in the game. It's now Sandy Creek 46, Plainview 15. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports. All right, we're back on the hill in Sandy Creek, 11:07. They'll play in the ball game. Sandy Creek out on top now by a score of 46-15. Cougars taking advantage of an interception here in the fourth quarter.
How about this for numbers for Seeley? Throwing the football tonight unofficially 178 yards as Ben Berger into the football, and that will go through the end zone again. He's definitely a weapon for the Cougars here. 178 unofficially and a touchdown. He's rushed for 5. He's run for 186 on 23 carries. I think he might need an ice bath tomorrow.
He's done it all, hasn't he?
He's done that. He's been that way all year long. You've seen a couple extra games than I have, and he is a dynamite performer. Well, I'm telling you what, he's got 2 more years of high school football. Look out for that kid.
Martins is going to hand the ball away here on first down and 10 yards to go. So just a short pickup, and again, it's a 46-15 ball game. 46-15. Sandy Creek has got the lead here with 10:47 to play.
About a 5-yard gain there for Plainview, second down and about 5.
Martins is going to turn, hand the ball away. Boy, ever since Walton went out with the injury, the running attack has been nil. That's Colt Kamarick running the football.
Well, and that's what you usually see out of 8-man football. You've got a couple of really, really good athletes out there, and they've led your team and carried them all year long. And you look at Seeley and Schmidt, Biltoff's another one. Sandy Creek's a little more loaded than a lot of these teams, but when Walton went out, boy, it really things went downhill as Martins will throw here on third down.
It's going to be caught here by Komet. He brings the ball close to the first down stakes here at about the 25-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Tackle was made by Caden Schmidt for Sandy Creek on defense. Clock is running with 10:05 to play in the third quarter, actually the fourth quarter now. Sandy Creek leading by a score of 46-15. Looking to win their way back to the state championship ball game. There's a pass across the middle. It's going to be tipped and then early intercepted. Lingenfelder had it in his hands there. Ball goes popping out of there. It falls to the turf. Incomplete pass. Going to bring up a second 10 now from the Plainview 25-yard line.
Yeah, and the receiver kind of juggled that out there at about the 34-yard line. They were fortunate. Sandy Creek had a couple of guys around there. They weren't able to scoop that up off the turf. So second down and 10, ball at the 25 at the 10-minute mark.
Here's Martins. He wants to throw under pressure. And Martins runs into a couple of defenders, and down he goes back here at the 20-yard line. a loss on the play. Martins was trying to get away, and he runs right into the Sandy Creek defenders there at about the 22-yard line.
Jonas Amos, 5'11", 290 pounds, wrapped him up and was ready to take a bite right out of him.
Yeah, you can't miss that body, can you?
No, my goodness, he's thick.
Amos throws him down on the turf here. A loss. It's not going to bring up a third down. 3rd and 13. Martins again drops back to throw, steps up in the pocket. He throws it across the middle. That's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver is going to be Wyatt Schroth out there. It's incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down and 13 yards to go.
And I'm sure Plainview will leave all personnel on the field. They will. They'll go for it here. Trailing big in Sandy Creek. 9:17 left to go till that trip back to Lincoln for the Cougars.
The Class D1 state championship will be a week from Monday at Memorial Stadium. That will be the first game that day, first game of 3 at the 10:15. There's the ball. It's going to be tipped and in, almost caught here by Schroth again, the tight end. Almost picked it on the deflection. So now the Cougars going to get the ball back on the downs. That was a 4th down play. 4th and 13.
Check Andrew Kuda and his decision. Well, that's going to be Seeley trotting back in there. They'll keep most of their frontliners in there. Wasn't sure whether he would elect to get a few guys in. You don't want a foolish injury on the threshold of a state championship football game.
But Cam Seeley comes back out there. First down and 10. The ball is down here at the 23-yard line of Plainview. Seeley is going to throw the football. He throws it near side. It's going to be caught here down around the 17 or 18-yard line. That's Wyatt Hemberger on the reception there for Sandy Creek. The 6'1", 165-pound sophomore for the Cougars. A pickup of about 3 yards in the play, maybe closer to 4. They're going to give him the 18-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down here. 2nd down at about 6 yards to go. 2nd down and 6 for the Cougars. Sandy Creek moving from our left to our right. Sandy Creek looking for their 11th win of the season here tonight. Both these teams are 10-1. There's been all Sandy Creek here in this one. Now the Cougars leading by a score of 46-15. There's that little jet reverse or jet sweep play off to the left side as they get it to a Hamburger. Hamburger takes the ball down around the 10-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down. So Hamburger now running the play to the jet sweep to the left side. He's got the ball down at the 10-yard line. So it's going to bring up a first down in goal for Sandy Creek now with 8:16 to play.
And again, tremendous blocking on the edge out there for Sandy Creek. They were able to get Hamburger out to the outside, and then he had choices. He picked the right one, took it right back up the seam, picked up about 10 yards down to the 10. Is it first and goal? Yes, it is. First and goal at the 10.
Seeley with a couple of wide receivers out to the right side. He will sprint out that way. Seeley holds it, throws it into the end zone. That baby's going to be caught for the touchdown. Alex Watts, I think, is the... nope, it's going to be Logan Topke. Logan Topke gets the ball in the corner of the end zone, keeps the feet in bounds, and a touchdown pass thrown in from 10 yards out.
Hey, what a good job of double stepping, kind of stutter stepping in the corner of the end zone to make sure he got the feet down. We take him the slammer anytime. He's not old enough, but he's got some good moves. And now Berger into the game for the PAT.
Ball is down, kick is up, and that one is through the pipes. It is good. So the point after touchdown is good. Seeley throws the 10-yard touchdown pass to Logan Topke to cap off that drive. And the Cougars now go on top. It's Sandy Creek 53 and the Plainview 15. You're listening to the Class D1 State Championship game on Extreme Sports.
Pirates will take over.
All right, so Sandy Creek kicks off, and once again, a touchback here as Plainview will come out and start the drive from the 15-yard line.
One thing I did not see coming in this ball game was a running clock, and that's where we're at. That is where we are at right now in this football game. Unbelievable. Things have really unraveled for Plainview since halftime.
There's a running play here. The number one, the wide receiver, is out of the ball game. So they're running the football there with Comerick. Colt Comerick running the football there for Plainview as he gets the ball to the 19. Their number one running back, Gage Walton, hit right before halftime. He came out and tried to run in the third quarter of play, but he was knocked out in the very first offensive play of the third quarter, and we have not seen him. In fact, he's not even here. I think they took him in. There's a pitch play to Comerick. He's run out of bounds over here by Alston Clark for Sandy Creek. 53-15. Sandy Creek will play for the Class D1 state championship a week from Monday at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln against either Shelby Rising City or Crofton. Shelby Rising City, the only team to beat the Cougars during the regular season, beat them, I think, in the third ball game of the year.
I was going to say, pretty early in the year it was.
There's a pass to from Martins over to the far sideline, tipped. Schroth was the intended receiver. So Shelby Rising City is playing Crofton tonight at Shelby. So winner of that ball game would face the winner of this one in the Class D1 state championship ball game. Second down and 10 yards to go. Second down and 10 here for Plainview. Here they're going to run the football. That's going to be Comerick again. Comerick gets it to about the 25, and that's all she wrote. That was the second game of the season this year. Shelby Rising City beat Sandy Creek 32-24. That was in Shelby. So if they win again, they'll get a rematch from a regular season ball game. I'm sure a rematch that Andrew Kuda and the Cougars wouldn't mind having. 5:40 to play here in the fourth quarter. 53-15. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Man goes in motion off the far side. Martins wants to throw the ball, throws it across the middle. It's caught out here at the 39-yard line and lunging forward to the 39 of Sandy Creek. The reception is made by Braden Comet. That's going to be a first down there for the Pirates. They're going to spot the football on this side of the 40. They'll put it down at the 39 of Plainview. So they got the ball out here toward the midfield stripe now. First down, 10 yards to go. Under 5 minutes to play in the game. Martins with the ball, stands in the pocket. The freshman throws it across there. It's going to be caught by Lingenfelder. Lingenfelder moves the ball down to about the 41-yard line. That'll be enough for another first down for Plainview. I think a little bit too late here, Timmy. 4:45 to play in this contest. It's 53-15.
Yeah, absolutely. A little too late for Plainview, but a couple nice pass plays have gotten them across midfield here.
Here's a Martins again, throws the ball. Lingenfelder has got 25. Lunges forward down the 20-yard line here on the near sideline.
Schmidt on the tackle.
Caden Schmidt on the stop for Sandy Creek. Pick up 9 yards in the play. Second down and 1. This is perhaps their best drive of the ball game so far. But with a running clock now here in the fourth quarter, sitting at 53-15, Sandy Creek has got the lead here in this one. As Martins is waiting for the snap he's got. Here comes the pressure. Martins rolls to the right side. His pass is going to be caught there at the 10-yard line to the 5, diving forward in the end zone for the touchdown. Wyatt Schroth gets the reception and takes the ball into the end zone for a Plainview touchdown with 3:47 to play.
21-yard variety there from the young freshman. Nice pass play downfield right in the middle of the defense, and then it was a nice run after the reception to get it in. They will attempt the PAT.
For the PAT.
I must not check scores a whole lot through the course of the season because I am trying to find the Shelby Rising City score as the ball comes down along the ground. They do get it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good for Plainview. So they tack on some more points a little too late, but trying to find the score. Marcus has the score.
All right, we'll take a break here with 3:47 to play in the fourth quarter. It's now Sandy Creek 53, Plainview 22. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The number one seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, we do have the score. Crompton out on top of Shelby Rising City, 22-8. They're at halftime of that ball game in the other semifinal here in Class D1. Crompton 22, Shelby Rising City 8. Sandy Creek with a lead here. 3:47 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 53-22. The Cougars have the lead.
And again, checking personnel. Dandra Kudu is putting into the game.
Yes.
Cam Seeley still there.
They're starting you still out there. Why not?
Well, I guess when it's 8-man football, you don't have a lot to shuttle in. They've got a pretty good sidelines, though, here.
So Seeley stays out there with the 53-22 lead.
Can't get a letter at the awards banquet if you don't get into some varsity playing time.
First down and 10 yards to go from the 15. Seeley wants to throw, throws it near side, caught there. Schwartzendruber into the ball game now. Across the 20, out to about the 22 or 23-yard line. So Schwartzendruber makes the reception. He comes into the ball game now. Hoffman runs him out of bounds here on the near side for the Plainview Pirates. A pickup of about 7 yards on the play. Second down and about 3 yards to go. Ball is sitting here at the 22 of Sandy Creek. 3:41 to go here in the fourth quarter. In a 53-22 ball game.
Not anymore, not with the Plainview touchdown. That eliminated the running clock.
It's not supposed to be. 3 wide receivers split out to the left side. Here's Seeley wants to throw the ball, comes to the near side, and they run her down the sideline. Once the running clock starts in the second half, you can't shut the thing off, supposedly.
Oh.
Maybe in the playoffs.
Well, they did.
They did. They want to continue this ball game. We're having a good time. That's a first down as they bring the ball up here to the 30-yard line, 31 actually. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 10. Seeley picks up the first down. So Sandy Creek will move on to the Class D1 State Championship ball game a week from Monday. That'll be a 10:15 start at Memorial Stadium. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame at about 10 a.m. A week from Monday. There's a Seeley, sprints out left side. The pitch back comes. That's a Schmidt with the ball. Down he goes at the 29-yard line. That's Cohen Lingenfelder in the stop there for the Plainview defense. A loss of a couple of yards in the play. Second down and 12 yards to go. Ball is pushed back here to about the 29.
Talk about Seeley. I've got him now unofficially at 195. Staring down the barrel at 200 yards. He's thrown for 201 unofficially. I'd call that a pretty good night.
And a plethora of touchdowns.
5 on the ground.
I lost count. 5 rushing touchdowns on the ground for Cam Seeley.
You do a recap. We won't get out of here headed to Mitchell very, very early.
Here's a quarterback keeper around the right end. He brings it across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line. So third down now for Sandy Creek. Third down at about 7 yards to go for the Cougars. Tackle is made in there by Haven Stewart. Haven't mentioned his name. Andrew Kuna called him maybe the best defensive lineman in Class D1 this year. Haven Stewart, 5'11", 260-pound senior. We have really neutralized him in the ball game tonight. Third down, 7 yards to go for the Cougars. Here's Steele. He wants to throw, backs up, throws it across the middle. It's going to be caught, juggled, and then hauled back in. Down here at the 33-yard line, that's Alex Watts. He juggles the ball, nearly lost it, but he grabs it on the rebound, and he's brought down here at the 33 of Plainview.
14-yard gain by Watts. Yeah, that was amazing. That was a juggling act out there at about the 34-yard line. Brings it in, another first down for Sandy Creek. Clock still moving now at 1:42 in the ball game.
And the Cougars are just standing at the line of scrimmage waiting for the clock to tick down, using all the time in the world here as they're going to get ready to play for another state championship. They won the state title a season ago, playing in their third straight state semifinal game here at home. And they're going to get the feat accomplished as the Cougars will take a knee. And Plainview is not going to call any timeouts here. They're going to concede defeat here as the Cougars have got a 53-22 lead over Plainview. And now Sandy Creek will be looking at second down here.
That's going to knock Seeley down under 200 yards of rushing.
Don't tell him that.
He got right up to 200, and now he's taking a 2-yard loss.
He's about ready to take another.
He's about ready to take another one. Somebody tell him.
Yeah. Get down there, Marcus. Get out there and tell him to run this thing. You can have a 200-yard rushing day as he takes a snap, and again he kneels, and he's going to be brought down for a 1-yard loss or so. And that's going to be the ball game. 33 seconds remaining, and the teams will head to the center of the field for handshakes here. What a ball game, 53-22. Sandy Creek is going to win the football game here tonight, and they'll play in the state championship game coming up a week from Monday down at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. So too much offense, I think, from Sandy Creek here tonight. They go on to win 53-22. Of course, with Gage Walton being knocked out of the game for Plainview at the beginning of the third quarter, their rushing attack was almost nil for Plainview. And Sandy Creek will move on to play for a state championship a week from Monday down at Memorial Stadium. We're going to get some words from the field, and there go the fireworks off of the far side. Fireworks are shooting off here on the hill at Sandy Creek as the Cougars have qualified for the state championship ball game coming up a week from Monday down at Memorial Stadium. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar Athletics.
As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, loan subject to approval.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports activities that enrich the educational experience and promote character formation of all Sandy Creek High School students. Again, good luck to all the Sandy Creek athletes and teams on a great season.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar Athletics.
You are listening to Cougar Football on Extreme Sports.
All right, back here on the hill in Sandy Creek, like a 4th of July celebration going off here. With a lot of fireworks going off after the Cougars win the ball game tonight to head to Lincoln for the state championship. 53-22, Sandy Creek with a win as the fireworks continue to go off on the far side of the field here.
Yeah, they know how to play football. They know how to put on celebrations here. A pretty hefty chunk of change going up into the air here on the west side of the football field. You can see that from miles around with this baby being on the hill, and thank God the winds aren't real gusty. Pretty good display here, and a pretty good display on the field here tonight for the Cougars.
All right, so Sandy Creek will play a week from Monday down in Lincoln against either Shelby Rising City or Crompton. We had a halftime score. Crompton had to lead over Shelby Rising City. It was 22-8 at halftime in favor of Crompton. And again, that game is running behind us. We had an earlier start, so we'll have to wait and see who wins that ball game. But we know we'll be there a week from Monday. That'll be a 10:15 start. That'll be the first game of 3 on that Monday. So we'll play at 10:15. We'll have the game for you, pregame show at 10 o'clock here on Extreme Sports.
Get you Plainview's final game numbers. Their two quarterbacks combined 14 of 30 passing, 196, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Plainview rushed it 29 times for $133, so 329 of total offense on 59 offensive plays. I had them for 13 first downs and 3 penalties in the game. Not a lot of penalties tonight between the two teams as the fireworks continue to go off here at Sandy Creek High School. For the victorious Cougars, this kid just keeps amazing as a sophomore. Cam Seeley, 14 of 20, 215 yards. He threw 2 touchdowns in the game. Sandy Creek rushed 45 times for 268 yards, 65 offensive plays, 483 yards. 16 first downs for Sandy Creek and 3 penalties. Individual leaders, Wes Biltoff, 3 receptions, 65 yards. Caden Schmidt receiving this evening, 5 catches, 109 yards. Schmidt also run for 60 on 15 carries. But catch this. Do we need to go down to the field?
Yeah, we're going to have Andrew Kuda. He's down on the sidelines with Marcus Metcalf. Marcus?
Well, Coach, congratulations back-to-back, going back to Lincoln. What did you say to your boys right there?
Just how proud I am of them and what they've accomplished this year, and they've earned it every step of the way. I think that coming into the season, there were a lot of questions. I don't think there was any doubt, but there were a lot of questions. And this group has just continued to work from the start of the season, and they love each other so much. That's the thing I'm most proud of, is how much these guys care about each other and how much they play for each other.
You mentioned you guys had to make some adjustments there in that second half, and I think you guys did that pretty well. You held them pretty well in the second half. Only give up 1 touchdown there in that second half there. And just what does that say about your defense and really how the way they stepped up tonight?
I'm incredibly proud of the way our defense competed tonight and executed tonight. I thought Coach Sherrill and the defensive staff had a great game plan coming in, and I thought our guys executed it at a really high level and competed.
Yeah, Cam Seeley, nearly 200 yards on the ground, over 200 through the air. What did you say about Cam's performance tonight?
He's a heck of a playmaker. He's a tremendous leader for the young man that he is, being a sophomore. and he's incredibly fortunate to have a lot of really good football players around him. And he's, he kind of steers the ship with the offense, but he's not able to do what he does without everybody else doing their jobs too.
Yeah, I'm going to give you kind of a preview here. Crofton's leading Shelby 22-8 at halftime. So no matter who it is, Crofton or Shelby, what have you seen? I know you've seen Shelby already once this year. They gave you your own loss, but Crofton, what's going to be kind of the game film? What's going to be the procedure like going to be going through this next week or so?
Well, those are two really physical football teams that like to run the football. So, it's going to be a different feel from tonight. Now, Plainview had an excellent running game as well. But it's going to be a different feel. They're going to load the box up. They're going to run at us, and we're going to have to be ready to be physical next Monday.
You talk about those two have a great rushing attack. Talk about your rushing attack tonight. You guys ran the ball pretty darn well tonight.
Yeah, I thought our guys up front did an excellent job of communicating at the line of scrimmage. They were switching fronts on us, going from an even to an odd, and so I thought our guys did a tremendous job of communicating. I thought Cameron did a great job of checking plays at the line of scrimmage and making more decisions tonight than he has all year, and I thought that was tremendous. And lastly, I thought our guys did a great job of just competing through the play, staying on blocks and just fighting.
Yeah, I thought that Wes Belltopt interception here towards that third quarter really kind of sealed the edge there, and you guys were able to capitalize on. Just talk about the way you guys, especially Wes and this leadership group, played well tonight.
Yeah, really, I felt like everybody stepped up in different ways. I thought our line play on both sides of the football was tremendous tonight. I thought our linebackers defensively did a great job of rallying to the football. I thought our coverage was exceptional. The plays that they made through the air, I felt like we had guys in positions. And, when you play a really good football team with really good football players, they're going to make plays too. But I didn't think we had very many breakdowns at all defensively, so I'm especially proud of that. And then offensively, I thought everybody stepped up. Logan Tompke stepped up and caught a fake punt on 4th and forever, and I really can't believe we threw it, but that's a decision I allowed those guys to make. And, Caden Schmidt stepped up on a fade in the middle of the field there, and I just thought we had a bunch of excellent, tremendous efforts by really everybody tonight.
Yeah, Coach, congratulations. Go celebrate with your team. We'll see you down in Lincoln in about a week from Monday, all right?
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
All right, Marcus Metcalf down on the sidelines there. Sandy Creek head coach Andrew Kuda. We are headed to Lincoln to play for the Hardware a week from Monday.
I tell you what, extreme sports just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Look out, Aaron Andrews. What a job by Marcus here tonight. I wanted to touch on this real quick, Mike. 483 yards, 65 offensive plays is what I had Sandy Creek for. How are these numbers? 215 yards through the air, 196 on the ground, 411 total yards from Cam Seeley here tonight. 5 rushing touchdowns. I think he gets my vote for player of the game. He is incredible. And that will be a dandy whoever they play. And I know very well about at least the one team in the northeast part of the state. There's a different kind of water up there, and that is where Crofton is calls home, is up in the northeast. So we'll see how that game plays out. But congratulations to Andrew Kuda. Headed back to the state final game again and his crew. Congratulations to Sandy Creek.
A week from Monday, we'll have the game for you from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. 10:15 will be the starting time on the air with the pregame show at 10 o'clock. We will head for Mitchell, South Dakota tomorrow. Hastings College football here on Extreme Sports. The Broncos playing their final game of the regular season up in Mitchell against the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Kickoff will be at 1. Pre-game show begins at 12 o'clock noon here on Extreme Sports. We'll have Hastings College basketball tomorrow as well. The Broncos opening up their conference season at home against Dakota Wesleyan. Women's game at 2 with the men's game at about 3:45. We'll have the games on Extreme Sports 2 tomorrow. Begin with the pre-game show at about 1:45. But scoreboard says across the way. Total domination tonight by St. Creek as the Cougars knock out Plainview. Final score of 53-22. For Gene Shaw, for Marcus Metcalf, for Jimmy Purcell, I'm Mike Will, wishing you a very pleasant good evening from Fairfield.
Have been listening to an exclusive presentation by Extreme Sports. If you missed portions of today's game, you can download our podcast on x-streamsports.com.
Now we got one. The Bear is on the Nittany Lions, laying 7 in East Lansing. How about Tony Gordon, former Circa Million champ? Buccaneers, Bills over the total of 46. Jason Jarvis, your current leader. He leads the Bear by a half point. Jarvis on the Jaguars, +3 against the Chargers. Doug Kazarian on a game in action right now. Oregon -25.5 against Minnesota. Chris Massero, UCF, Texas Tech, under the total of 49. Randy McKay on TCU +4 at BYU. He's right there with Scott Pritchard on the Horned Frogs, catching 4 points in Provo. Again, these are the high stakes best bets presented by Omaha Steaks. I mentioned Scott Pritchard and Randy McKay both on TCU +4. The team of Edwin Meyer and Carl Sack on Chiefs -4 at Denver. Jason Jarvis was on the Jaguars, so is Mike North. Jags +3, best bet for Mike North. The Mad Russian, Jeff Petch, Chiefs -4 at Denver. He's right there with the Meyer-Sack team on the Chiefs laying the points. In that battle atop the AFC West. Broncos right now atop the AFC West. Chargers in second. Chiefs on third at 5-4. Jeff Petch and Meyer-Sack both on the Chiefs laying the points. Chris Piper, Minnesota +25.5. He's opposite Doug on that one. Matt St. Marie, former Circa Million champ. Bengals Steelers over 49. Weston Stratman, the original Average Joe out of Nashville, Tennessee, is on Cowboys -3 at Raiders. Alex White out of Las Vegas, Cincinnati -6 against Arizona. Kenny White is on North Carolina, Wake Forest under 38. And Chris Sanook, Las Vegas Pro Better, Bears +2.5 at Vikings. So we got guys on the opposite side of that Bears-Vikings game. If you miss any of the picks from tonight's Invitational, don't worry, every single one gets emailed straight to the VSiN Pro subscribers. Sign up now for $9.99 for your first 30 days or save 50% with an annual subscription. VSiN.com/subscribe today. VSIN.com/subscribe. We've got 15 handicappers plays to get to here in the final half hour of the show. And we're going to start with the Mad Russian, Jeff Petch, pro handicapper and better out of Florida. Jeff was the Friday Football Invitational champion here in 2023. And the Circa Million runner-up in 2021. He was a runner-up to Tony Gordon in that contest. You can follow Jeff at Wager Talk and also at Mad Russian NFL. I mentioned his best bet on the Chiefs -4. Jeff is originally from Michigan, and he is going to go with the Lions on his card. Sunday night, Lions +3 at Philadelphia. 7 NFL plays here for the Mad Russian. Bills -5.5. Panthers +3.5. Chargers -3. 49ers -3, and Browns +7.5. There you go. Jeff Petch right now is in 20th place, 33.5 points, 31-39, 5-5 on the best bets. And Jeff, like Doug Kazarian, needs a good week to stay alive here in the Friday night contest. The bottom 2 in the standings get cut after this week. Again, we started with 25 handicappers down to 21. We'll obviously be at 19 at this time next week. Doug 21st, Jeff Petch 20th. Chris Sanook is in 19th. Chris, 34 points, 31, 38-1, 5-5 on his best bets. Follow him at Las Vegas Chris. And his best bet on the Bears +2.5 at Minnesota. He's also on the Cowboys -3 Monday night. Texans -6 at Titans. How about Lions +3 at Eagles? Ravens Browns under the total of 39. And 2 college plays here for Chris Sanook, and it's Jacksonville State +3 versus Kennesaw State. And North Carolina +6 at Wake Forest. Bill Belichick and the points to round out Chris's card there. All right, let's go to Drew Bridges, who is in 18th place. Follow him at Drew from Boise, retired California attorney out of Boise, Idaho, and the Average Joe contest champ a year ago. Finding it a little bit tougher this season here. 32-38, 5-5 on the best bets, 34.5 points again in 18th place. Best bet on the Vikings -2.5. He is opposite Chris Sanook. So Chris in 19th on the Bears, Drew in 18th on the Vikings. Drew also on the pro side on the 49ers -3 at Arizona and Buccaneers Bills under the total of 46. 4 college plays here for Drew Bridges. BYU -4 versus TCU. We mentioned a couple times guys taking TCU in the points in Provo Drew is going to lay it with BYU. He's also going to play 3 totals here. Iowa, USC, under the total of 49. So that game's at the LA Coliseum on Saturday afternoon. I checked the weather report. 100% chance of heavy rain tomorrow, and you would think that plays right into the hands of the Hawkeyes who want to run the ball and make this an ugly, low-scoring type of game. Drew is on Iowa, USC, under 49. He's also on Oklahoma, Alabama, under 46.5. And Colorado State, New Mexico, under 53.5 in Albuquerque. That's a card for Drew Bridges. How about Big Randy McKay, professional gambler out of North Dakota, now living in Bullhead City, Arizona. And he sent me a photo of him eating a McRib yesterday. So this guy, I expect to have a big week. At RR39, Randy 34-36, 2-8 on his best bets. And his best bet's TCU +4. Opposite Drew Bridges on that play. Randy is also playing TCU BYU under the total of 51. So you got a correlated parlay there for McKay, TCU +4 and under 51. Randy McKay also on Northwestern +10.5 against Michigan. I like this play a lot. I liked it better when the number was 13 out there all week. This is one of the first bets I made. I think the Purple Cats be live to win this game. The betting market has moved down here and corrected a little bit. I made the number on this game 7.5. It was 13. Now it's down to 10.5. Purple Cats at Wrigley Field, I think, should be live dogs against a freshman quarterback and an uninspiring Michigan offense. Wolverines also without their leading rusher, Justice Haynes. He had foot surgery, hoping to come back for the Ohio State game. Randy McKay on Northwestern +10.5. He's also on South Carolina +18 at Texas A&M. Aggies won 3 consecutive games on the road in SEC play. Now they're back home. Ranked number 3, Randy McKay's taking 18 with the Gamecocks against the Aggies. 2 NFL plays here for Randy. If you're watching on TV or on video on YouTube TV or any other stations or vsin.com, you can see Randy McKay here in his Vikings jacket. He's a big Minnesota Vikings fan. He's actually laying a 2.5 with the Vikings against the Bears. He's also playing Panthers +3.5 against the Falcons. Panthers knocked out some Circa Survivor players a week ago. That was the first time all season the Panthers had been favored in 10 games. Now they're back in the dog roll. And the first time these teams played, the Panthers beat the Falcons 30-0 in Carolina. Randy McKay on the Panthers +3.5. He's also on the battle atop the NFC West. Rams -3 against the Seahawks. That's a big game Sunday afternoon in L.A., and Randy laying 3 with the Rams. How about Steve Fezzik, professional sports bettor out of Vegas? Fezzik's going to be on the show next Friday night. He is in 16th place right now. He is a half point ahead of Randy McKay, 33-37. Fezzik 5-5 on the best bets. Follow him at Fezzik Sports. And again, his best bet is Vikings. So he's right there with Randy McKay laying the 2.5 with Minnesota against Chicago. Steve only has one more NFL play on his card this week, and that's Cowboys -3 against Raiders on Monday night. 5 college plays here for Steve Fezzik. How about Washington State -8 against Louisiana Tech? Kennesaw State -3 at Jacksonville State. Boise State, San Diego State under 41. Should be raining Saturday night in San Diego, and I like that play as well. Texas, Georgia under 49.5. And UCLA, Ohio State over the total of 47. There you go. That's the card for Steve Fezzik this week. Jeff Petch, Chris Nook, Drew Bridges, Randy McKay, and Steve Fezzik. Coming up after the break, wrapping up the show tonight, you're going to get the leaders in the contest. And you're also going to get Weston Stratman, Tony Gordon, Chuck Edel, Alex White, the team of Frank Betty and Anthony Curtis, Matt St. Marie, Kenny White, Mike North, the Bear, and Jason Jarvis. We got a lot to get through. A bunch of plays here in the final segment of the show tonight. Again, OmahaSteaks.com/VSIN. Back here in a few minutes to wrap it up on the Friday Football Invitational, the Sports Betting Network.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. 50 tonight under partly cloudy skies, winds out of the west, 8 to 15 miles per hour. 70 tomorrow, mainly clear. 39 tomorrow night. Cooler Sunday and Monday with highs from the mid-50s to the low 60s. Chance for scattered showers Monday. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 62 degrees.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, 207 South Burlington, is the place for all your rehabilitation needs. PTSR offers a wide variety of services, including orthopedic, neurological, and sports injury rehabilitation. A certified hand specialist is available for the more delicate upper extremity injuries. Warm, aquatic therapy, and balance training is also available. PTSR has a strong industrial services division, providing physical and functional capacity testing, as well as drug and alcohol screening. Please visit our website, ptsrhastings.com.
Have you or a loved one been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Hi, I'm Mitch Stellick from Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island, and we specialize in personal injury law. Let Stellick Law Firm assist you in making sure that you and your family are taken care of following a motor vehicle accident. Call us today at 308-675-4035 to schedule your appointment. Let us be your voice.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
Since 1946, Cully Pipe and Steel continues to meet the pipe and steel needs of greater Nebraska and Kansas. Cully Pipe and Steel is a one-stop shop for all of your pipe and steel needs. Cully Pipe and Steel stocks a wide variety of steel and plumbing products. From custom steel products to structural steel, rebar fabrication, steel fabrications, and retail and wholesale plumbing parts and fixtures, remember Cully Pipe and Steel of Hastings. They're located at 405 West South Street and the plumbing showroom at 300 South Colorado in Hastings.
Get 16 free smash burgers, plus save 50% site-wide on steaks and more at omahasteaks.com/vsin. That's omahasteaks.com/VSIN. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details.
This is the Circa Friday Football Invitational, presented by Omaha Steaks on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Check this out. In the Average Joe contest, when the Average Joes compete against the pros, presented by Edge Boost, 25 contestants went 7-0 last week. The second quarter champion, 27-8 overall, and that's Jeff Kucera of Galloway, New Jersey. He got the Vegas trip on the final play of Monday Night Football with the Eagles plus 2.5. You can check out the standings at vsin.com. Joe, Jay Latoche at top. Look at these records. These are incredible. 46-22-2 against the spread, 8-2 on the best bets. Jay Kucera, just talked about Jeff Kucera. He is 46-24 and a 1.5 back of Latoche. Newberry, Sam Pignaro, Bernard, and Medeiros rounding out the top 5 of the standings. And I personally know plenty of contestants in the Average Joe who are doing really well. And in the top 50, we're going to get some Average Joe contestants on the show here in weeks coming up. How about the original Average Joe? And that was Weston Stratman out of Nashville, Tennessee. And Weston's a two-time top 5 finisher in this contest. Follow him at Guy in Cornfields. Right now he is in 13th place, 33, 35, and 2, 5 and 5 on the best bets. And his best bet on Monday night's Cowboys -3. He's also on Chiefs -4, Lions +3, Rams -3, Vikings -2.5, Falcons -3.5, and 49ers -3. There you go. There's Weston Stratman's card for this week. 7 NFL plays, and 6 of those are favorites. The only dog is the Lions on Sunday night. All right, how about Tony Gordon, former Circa Million champ? He's here at Circa this weekend, walking around wearing his blue jacket, 2021 champ. Follow him at Derbify, 35 and 35, 3 and 7 on the best bets, and he's tied with Weston in 13th. The best bet for Tony Gordon, Buccaneers Bills over 46. He's also on Vikings -2.5, Rams -3, Browns +7.5. Sunday night, Lions Eagles over 46.5. Monday night, Cowboys Raiders under 50. And he's got a game in progress as we speak, and that's Clemson Louisville over the total of 50. That's play for the card for Tony Gordon in Week 11. The Iceman, Chuck Edel, the defending champ, 35, 33, and 2. In 11th place right now, 4 and 6 on the best bets. Chuck won this contest a year ago, and he was the runner-up to the Bear in 2022. Follow him at Chuck Edel, EDEL. Best bet, Vikings -2.5. Chuck is a Chicago guy, but he's betting against the Bears this week. Also for Chuck Edel, 6 college plays. That one best bet in the NFL. He's got Middle Tennessee State, Western Kentucky under 54. He's got Notre Dame Pitt under 54. And then 5 sides on the college side. Florida +12 at Ole Miss. USC -6.5 against Iowa. Texas State +3 at Southern Miss. And Charlotte +17 against Texas San Antonio. How about that card for Chuck Edel? Very interesting this week. Alex White, media personality in Vegas, pro handicapper, and the second-place finisher in this contest a year ago. You can catch her on the South Point shows. Alex White on Twitter with 2 E's on the end at 35, 34, and 1, 6 and 4 on the best bets, 38.5 points. And Alex right now in 9th place after her runner-up finish here a year ago. Another strong performance. And Alex, strictly college. I don't think she's had one NFL play the entire season. Her best bet is on Cincinnati -6 against Arizona. She's got Clemson right now in progress. Clemson +2.5 against Louisville. Also for Alex White, Alabama -6 against Oklahoma. BYU -4 versus TCU. Fresno State -3.5 against Wyoming. Northwestern +10.5 against Michigan. And Jacksonville State +3 versus Kennesaw State. It's Alex White this week, right now in 9th. Tied for 9th with the team of Frank Betty and Anthony Curtis, also with 38.5 points. Betty and Curtis, 36 and 34, 2 pro gamblers. Follow Anthony Curtis, publisher of the Las Vegas Advisor, and you can follow that at LVA_tweet. Frank B and AC, once near the top of the standings, right now in 9th place. 2 games over 500, 5 and 5 on the best bets, and Cowboys Raiders over 50 is their best bet Monday night. They've got a correlated parlay in action tonight, and that's Minnesota +25.5 at Oregon, and Minnesota-Oregon under 45.5. Also, for Frank B and AC, Lions +3 at Philadelphia. Dolphins -2.5 against the Commanders. I watched a video today where John Gruden said he predicts the Miami Dolphins are going to be in the playoff hunt within a few weeks. We'll see if that happens. Seems unlikely, but if the Dolphins beat the Commanders on Sunday morning, they could make a little bit of a run. How about Texas Tech -22.5 against UCF? And UCF, Texas Tech over the total of 49. Another correlated parlay for the team of Frank Betty and Anthony Curtis. And you can see the plays right there. Let's go to Matt St. Marie, former Circa Million champ. Matty St. in 8th place, 39 points, 36 and 34, 6 and 4 on the best bets. Nice job last week. He was on the show, had a strong week. 2023 Circa Million champs. Best bet is Bengals, Steelers over 49. Also for Matty St., Chiefs, Broncos under 45. And Ravens-Browns under 39. I like his NFL totals this week. Hopefully he hits all three of those. How about 49ers -3 at Arizona? Dolphins -2.5 against the Commanders. Bengals +5.5 at Pittsburgh. And Monday night, Cowboys, Raiders. He's laying 3 with the Cowboys here in Vegas. That's Matt St. Marie's card. Again, currently in 8th place, right behind Frank Carulli. Scott Pritchard is in 5th, tied with Kenny White, longtime Las Vegas odds maker and professional bettor Kenny White. You can be followed at K Whitey Vegas. Way back when, it's Stardust Invitational 2-time champ. 37, 31-2, 40.5 points, 5-5 on the best bets. Kenny's been hot in college football recently, and he's got 7 college football plays again this week. His best bets, North Carolina, Wake Forest, under 38. He's also got Oklahoma, Alabama, under 46.5. Maryland, Illinois, under 51.5. Louisiana Tech, Washington State, under 43. So 3 unders for Kenny White. He's also got Memphis +3 at East Carolina. Pittsburgh +12 against Notre Dame. And Jacksonville State +3 against Kennesaw State. And I believe Alex White had the same play. Jacksonville State +3 against Kennesaw State. All right, let's go to Mike North, Chicago Sports Radio personality. Mike right now in 4th, 39-31, 4-6 on the best bets. Follow him at North2North. Strong performance here from Mike in the contest this year. And his best bet is Jaguars +3 against the Chargers. He's also on Titans +6. Cardinals +3, Browns +7.5, Raiders +3. I've noticed Mike North is playing a lot of ugly underdogs in the NFL recently. He's been winning a lot of those plays too. So he's got Jaguars, Titans, Cardinals, Browns, Raiders. Mike North also on Steelers -5.5 against the Bengals and Rams -3 against the Seahawks. All right, top 2 in the contest. The Bear, Chris Felica, has been leading for the past month or so. Right now, a half point in second place, 41-26-3. And how about Penn State as the best bet for the Bear? You don't want to be opposite side of him this season. Everybody I know is on Michigan State, and the Bears' best bet is Penn State -7. He's also on Mississippi State +7 at Missouri. TCU +4 at BYU. Florida Atlantic +17.5 at Tulane. Coastal Carolina +3 at Georgia Southern. Duke -4.5 against Virginia. And 1 NFL play for the Bear, and that's Jaguars +3 against the Chargers. 41-26-3 for the Bear, 45 points, a half point behind Jason Jarvis, who's 41-29. And the great thing about Jarvis, he's won 9 consecutive best bets. At J Jarv NFL Bets, Circa Million 4th place finisher in 2021 and 10th place finisher in 2023. And I think he's got a couple of top 50 entrants or maybe a couple of top 100 entries right now going into week 11. Jarvis said he doesn't like the NFL card much at all this week. He's not much of a college football handicapper, but he leaned on his buddy Bobby Buckets Brubeck to give him a couple college plays this week. And here's the Jason Jarvis card. Your leader is on Clemson +2.5 tonight. He's also on Arkansas +5.5 at LSU and TCU +4 at BYU. That's it for the college plays for Jarvis. Here's what he's got for the NFL. His best bet, Jaguars +3 against the Chargers. He's also on Cowboys -3 Monday night, Titans +6, and Commanders +2.5 early Sunday morning in Germany. Commanders +2.5 against the Dolphins. All right, that wraps it up for Week 11. Great guest list tonight. Thanks to Derek Stevens, Chris Massero, Frank Carulli, Carl Sack, Chris Piper, and Scott Pritchard. Have a winning weekend. This is the Sports Betting Network.
More fiber and laxatives, eh?
Who are you?
I'm future you.
Future me?
Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C.
And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's
From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Kate Fisher. The US and Switzerland have reached a trade deal, according to the US Trade Representative Jameson Greer.